Hello and no, we're off to a good start. I just put the video in the wrong spot. There we go. Hello and welcome everyone to another episode of the SharpSHOOTers. I was opening so many windows, we got lost. It looks like you guys can see us. I pray to God you can hear us. Hope everyone's having a great night. Juice, what about you? I'm looking at my phone. It looks good.
Nothing like starting with a freaking.
Bro, I signed on and then we weren't there and I was like, wait a second, I know I had it all set up. The box was in the wrong spot. That's the problem. These boxes are everywhere. But we're good. We're good.
Let's not waste any time. Thank you all for being here. Y'all know the drill. Please subscribe. If you have Amazon Prime, you have Amazon Prime Gaming, please use it to support. It's for free for you and it gives us all the money all the same. Except the Wind, official band of the show. We appreciate them for opening and closing during our shows in between. They play live every week for us, which is really weird. And also, once again, the SharpSHOOTers1 at yahoo.com, our mailbag. If you got time this weekend, I know it's WrestleMania weekend, if you got time in between those 30-minute breaks and matches, send us an email. Go to the SharpSHOOTers1 at yahoo.com. Send us a question, wrestling or non-wrestling. We'll be happy to answer it here on the stream.
Yeah, especially after this week, because we couldn't really do trivia well because the trivia questions are already asked. So trivia got all messed up because of Tuesday. But we're going to get right into our segments because we messed up because of Tuesday. So where are we starting tonight, Juice?
We are going to start with the All Elite Crate.
Beautiful.
Right here.
You know what? Then I'm going to change our video a little bit and put us a little bigger for the time being. So give me one second.
So I got my crate on Tuesday, maybe Wednesday. I forget what day I got it. I think I got it on Tuesday. Either way, it's the latest crate. I do not know what's in it. Danny does not know what it is in it, I'm assuming.
Either. I'm not open, I swear.
The only thing I think I can recall is I think Mariah May is in this box.
Nice.
Not her herself. That'd be nice.
I mean, that'd be crazy.
I think a Mariah May item is in here. Besides that, I don't really recall who else is in here.
All right. So, Jay DeFalco says, I know what's in it. Thanks. You zip it.
Yeah. All right. Do you have your box in front of you? You ready to go?
I'm opening it now.
All righty. Okay. I'm moving a little card to the side. I have a gray shirt on top.
Gray? I have a green.
Well, maybe it is green. Yeah, it's green. You're right.
Cool.
Like an olive green.
Just
all right.
checking.
Let's open this bad boy up. Is that? Yes, it is. Okay.
Oh, that's a nice one.
I like that one.
I do like that one a lot.
Switchblade Jay White t-shirt.
The material feels nice.
Well, I was half looking at it, Jay. I didn't want to see everything in the box.
Colorblind shoes.
I like it. At first, I thought
to my co-host.
At first, I thought my print was wrong. I saw the blade. I was like, oh, they fucked it up, but it's meant to be like that because Switchblade. Get it?
Switchblade. No, that's great. I really like it. It's a good design. Like nice colors. We always like the colored ones. I have a weird little card on top. Okay, you too. What is this?
It's not weird. Just promoting all in. 20% off select tickets. You want to go to Texas?
No. So that better not be part of the box because that's ridiculous.
No, come on. All right, I got the next shirt.
Black.
This looks like.
Oh, yes. That's awesome.
A Mariah May, "Till Death Do Us Part" shirt. Right there. Here we go. What is that? Candles right there? Yeah, candles. Awesome. It looks like. Yep.
I like that a lot. That's two good shirts.
See, I like the shirt. Like, I don't think I'd wear this one out in public. That's not.
Oh no. That's a AEW event shirt.
Yeah.
People wouldn't understand that. Is this a magnet?
It looks like an Adam Page Double or Nothing magnet.
I like how we picked the same thing right away. I don't mind it. I'm not going to use it too much. Maybe I'll put it in my classroom somewhere.
Only one thing you can really do with a magnet is put it up somewhere.
Hey, man.
Like, I don't know what else you're going to really... Oh, what am I going to do with this?
I'll figure out what else I can do with this magnet. Don't test me. All right, what do you... I'm just grabbing randomly. What'd you grab?
I got the koozie.
There's a koozie. Let me feel around for it. I don't have a koozie. Oh, yes, I do. Oh, it was headed on something.
The gold Hurt Syndicate koozie.
Do you like to hurt people, bro?
I do not, and...
You always like the colored one. Someone clip that.
Yeah. Well, I don't really care for the Hurt Syndicate. This looks cool. Like I like
I was
the
gonna say,
gold, but
yeah, take out the Hurt Syndicate part. Objectively, do you think it's a nice little thing? If you like the Hurt Syndicate, it's a good one. I agree.
I'm gonna say no. I'm gonna stick to no.
You didn't take out your bias. I got the Micro Brawler next, and it might be my favorite one so far.
Ooh, okay. We have Darby Allin
With a flamethrower.
He's wearing his pink hoodie and he's got a little fire coming out of it. That's pretty dope.
We both got pink. I don't know. I wonder, Jay DeFalco, do you know what the
There's probably a chase. It probably says it on the card. It probably says on the card there's one.
Let me see.
But if there is, they typically don't tell you what it looks like. I'll look online to see.
No, that's what I was asking if Jay DeFalco saw it and knew what the chase was. Yeah, I really like this one. This is a dope one.
I got the pin next.
Ooh, I love pins.
Ooh, I like that pin. That's dope.
Kenny Omega, that's a cool design.
I don't know, but that was the one thing Darby previewed was in the box a month or two ago. Oh, I didn't see that. Okay, cool. Kenny Omega pin. I like that pin, actually. It's pretty tight.
That's a nice pin.
They got a good angle on it for the viewers. Here you go.
Oh, I'm going to work out next, bro.
What?
I'm going to work out next. With the Outrunners. Going to do a little... you got a blue one? Can we trade? I like blue.
Wait, there's different colors?
I got black.
Oh, yeah, I like blue. What's your lettering color?
Purple. Yours is also purple.
Yeah, it looks kind of pinkish.
Oh, mine's purple.
I should get closer. Let me see. Again, I'm colorblind apparently, so. Oh yeah, yours is definitely purple. Mine's pink.
Oh yeah, yours is pink. Or pinker.
Oh, I like. Okay.
All right, needed more stuff for a workout at home. All right, what we got next? Yes. Anything that's Orange Cassidy makes me happy.
Oh.
And you know what's really funny, actually? If Falveton's still on the stream right now, I was joking with Falveton that I would rather have a fanny pack over one of those like really long, I forgot what those bags are called, but the one with like the really long handles. And now I have a fanny pack. It's like my dreams came true.
I mean,
bam.
I'm not a fanny pack guy.
I mean, who is? It's 2020, 5, and we're 30-year-olds, so no one wears a fanny pack except for now. Now we wear a fanny pack. Hold on.
Eye mask.
Hold on.
I'm just gonna fill this with ice cubes.
There we go. It's a little tight because of my hoodie, but now we wear a fanny pack. I made sure I didn't show my crotch on the thing.
Yeah. Now I'm gonna do this instead. I'm just gonna fill this with ice cubes, and it's gonna be a
head wrap. That's cute.
Like an ice mask. Just
I don't like how you're doing that, but that's cute.
What do you mean?
Because it's a fanny pack. All right. Think of The Rock.
I'm sorry. I just realized, why do they call it a fanny pack if it's like in front of you by your belly?
I don't know. Well, I think it used to be near the butt.
Like near your fanny.
Yeah, I think they used to keep it near the fanny. Hey, yo, that's a different stream. I made sure I didn't show it, all right? If you want $50 off a game, there you go, guys. $50 off.
That's the same. Yeah, no, thank you.
Yeah, I know. That was being sarcastic. And last but not least, this is the last thing, right?
The autograph.
T-shirt, micro, fanny pack, magnet,
koozie, that's a good
grippers. One. Yeah. Who's the autograph? Let's see.
I won't. Don't look at the screen. I'll hold it up, though.
I won't.
For our viewers.
Ooh, that is a good one. And I like that it's pre-bald. I'm not going to lie. Him bald is not my thing. But that's a cool one.
Kyle Fletcher.
I like that.
British term for fanny is wholly different than ours. Holy, you say?
Oh.
Oh.
That's a cool one. I really got to figure out what I'm doing with all these autographs.
I mean, I just buy the plastic sleeves, put them in there, and I put them in the binder with my cards. So,
ooh, that's a good idea.
If anything,
somehow, I would display them somehow. That's a good idea.
A little binder made or something.
I'll probably do that. All right, so what's your favorite thing out of this? I think I know, but I just got to double check and ask.
I mean, I like the Outrunners thing. I like the Darby Micro Brawler. The pin's good. The autograph's good.
The fanny pack's amazing. I mean, say it.
Fanny pack's fine. I'm not going to use it. I'm not going to do anything with it. Like, actually, you know what I could end up doing? No, I'm not going to do that. That defeats the purpose. As to say, I could end up just putting Did they stop the posters? I think they kind of did because the last box, I think they did give us a poster if I recall, but it was a smaller, different kind of
I was
poster.
gonna say
than
they
we
gave us
typically
no.
do.
So they've done that before. Where they've given us smaller posters. They don't always give us like the full length one. I don't know if they stopped them. I know sometimes they haven't given us. Have they given us one every box? I don't think so. They have before
That's why,
this.
yeah,
Oh, that
yeah.
sucks. I
So
hope they don't stop that. I did like the post. Again, something else. The posters I should
Mm.
probably just put up on the wall behind here. That would make a lot
I'm
of
fine
sense.
with posters. I'm okay without them. I mean,
I like some
I'm
of the
not gonna
posters. Some of the posters were cool.
like. I'd rather the magnets to put a magnet up or like something like that. Like I don't really put up the flags. Or
That's
anything
fair. I
like
was gonna
that
say
either.
if they're gonna replace it with better stuff or stuff I'd use more, then I'm cool with. Like so far, everything in here, even the fanny pack, I'll fuck around with. I can definitely like joke around and use that for something. But I feel like everything in here
Yeah,
I can like display or use. What happened?
overall, it's a good box.
I think so. I always base it on the shirts personally. Like the extras are always, in my opinion, gonna be worth it just because like they usually give you at least 2 or 3 things good. But the shirts are always what kind of make or break it for me. Like I remember that one box that we got the fucking Okada shirt. That was terrible.
Yeah.
And I
Well,
think
I've always said I don't really like these shirts with them actually on it. Like
Yeah.
I don't like shirts with the people on it.
Mhm.
That's weird to me.
I agree.
I'd rather just say like a logo or a name. Once
Wholeheartedly
they're
agree
on
with you.
it, and not for me.
Agreed. All right.
All right.
So good crate unopening, good box unopening. I really enjoyed it. If anyone knows what the chase variant is for the Derby, I'd really love to know. So let me know if you figure it out. And with that, we're going to move on. So if anyone wasn't here this past week or really wasn't paying attention to our post, we were going to do the show on Tuesday. That got postponed because of just other engagements. So we were going to do the show yesterday. There was technical difficulties with the stream yesterday, so we kept trying to go on. We kept getting cut off or not seen or in slow motion. It was very strange. So we decided to do the show today. We're going to do a 2-hour show today. We're going to mix both shows because we had a lot of content for this week and we really wanted to get through it. And it doesn't make sense to do it next week after WrestleMania. So we're going to go through Tuesday's show right now. We got 2 more things we're going to do. I'm going to argue and tell Juice after the break that I expect a card packet opening because he didn't put it on our things, and we always get a card packet opening. Just saying, you know.
All right.
But we're gonna review next our top 22 WrestleMania matches. Now, for those of you that weren't here, a few Sharpshooters Mega Show. I love it. Thank you, Freebird. Freebird. Thank you also for the music. Why 22 though? So like I was about to explain, WrestleMania, WWE did their WrestleMania top 50. And a few weeks ago, myself and Juice decided to guess the rest of their top 50. And at the time of the show, they already had their top 23 up. So we had guessed the top 22, numbers 20 through to 11, no specific order. The top 10 is what we ranked in a specific order. So what we're going to show you right now is our picks. We're going to let you, and what Juice did for you guys was he put in green what we got right, and in red what we got wrong. And then he also, for the top 10, put the correct number because we have a lot to talk about with that top 10.
I put the number for everybody.
Oh, yeah, that's fair. All
Yeah.
right, so I'm moving us up. Don't be alarmed.
And while you do that, just a quick note for you and the chat. Just from looking at the AEW crate card, I don't think there's a chase for the brawler. I think it's just that's it. So
Ah, interesting.
just wanted to clarify because I read the card while you were talking.
Ah, okay, I see what happened. I was on the wrong screen. Hold on.
So the way we're going to do this, everybody, we're going to start from WWE's number 22 and just work our way up. And, we'll quickly talk about what we think is maybe too high, what's too low on the list. I'll talk about what matches were put on that we did not even consider. And we'll talk about the ones that we put on that we just missed and got wrong. So, I can start off. I already know number 22.
I just had to get it up. My apologies. We are up now. It is below us.
Right.
So on the left side of your screen is our top 22, the rest of the top 22. And on the right side of your screen is the top 10. At least I think it's left and right. On my screen it is.
Yep.
So yeah, so let's go ahead. What do you want to start, Juice?
Yeah, so let's start with the very first match that got revealed the day after we made our list. At number 22, Angle versus HBK from WrestleMania 21.
Yes. Very happy about that.
They added a 22. I mean, I'm glad it's on the list. I personally think it should have been higher. I know it was on my top 10, maybe just under. So I think it's a little low here, but we got that one right. And by the way, if I have it green, it just means we got it right. It was on the list.
Yeah, it
If
doesn't
it's
mean we
red,
got
it
in the
was
right
on the list.
spot or anything.
And just to cover overall, before we get into this, I think we did really well.
I do. Looking at the top 10 and seeing where the top 10's actually ranked, I think we did really well.
I think we did good.
I'm gonna be a little egotistical, and I'm happy my number one was the number one.
Yeah, of course.
But I think we did a really good job. I agree.
I agree. I think we did a good job, and I will take my lashings as we get into the top 10 because you were
on a few of them. I gotta admit, I was pretty good on. Yeah.
And again, just for anybody to know, when we made this list, it was us doing it what we thought WWE would do.
Yeah.
Not how we felt or what we
I never
thought
would
they
agree to that
should
top
do.
10 if that's how we felt.
This is what we thought they were going to do.
Oh, you're Bobby Lashings. Got him. Love it.
But yeah. So okay. So number 22 hit. We were off to a good start. We had a match on the list. Awesome. Then the next 1, 2, 3, 4. Then the next 4 days. The next 4 days hit, and we got beat up pretty bad.
And the worst part for those of you that have been here since day one, we still have the group chat with Matt. So as we're getting beat up, Matt is just also like pouring salt in the wound of our pants. It was terrible.
It was not a good start. As you see, we finished strong. So next up at number 21, the first match that we completely missed. I don't even think we talked about it on the show.
I think this was a mess up on our part.
I disagree.
Wait, what was it? Wait, sorry. Maybe I'm thinking of the wrong match.
Number 21, Ronda Rousey and Kurt Angle.
Oh, fuck that.
Versus Triple H and Stephanie McMahon from Mania 34.
I couldn't believe that made the list. That was ridiculous.
Insane. Like, no way. This shouldn't even hit the top 50.
No.
The fact that it was one match above Angle versus HBK almost made me want to stop doing this.
I don't understand. I didn't understand the pick in the. It wasn't even like it was like we argued for Hogan and Andre because at least Hogan and Andre had a good moment. Like that was a moment that they replay all the time. No one replays a goddamn thing from that match at all. Like what was the point?
So bad.
Had to feed Stephanie's ego. I think so. Honestly, I don't know what else the excuse is. With her stupid new show. Anyway, yeah.
Moving on to number 20, another match that we missed, and I think we talked about it, and I think we just ultimately didn't feel like it was that good to hit this list. Roman and The Rock versus Cody and Seth from last year's Mania.
I didn't
number
think,
20.
I didn't think it was going to make it at this point. I thought if it was going to make it on the list, it would have been already like closer in the 50s or 40s. I don't think it deserves a top 20.
No.
And I was surprised. Another one where, like, these first two weren't ones I was upset about. They're like, oh, I can't believe we missed it. I was like, I can't believe they're on the list, let alone in the top 20.
Yeah. Yeah. So next up, number 19, one that we talked about, and I think ultimately we didn't think they would do that many women's matches. Sasha versus Bianca at number 19. Probably should have put it on here, but I didn't think they would go with that many women's matches on the show.
So
but, I mean,
I will say
to be fair though, all the ones that I did suggest also made this list. So.
Yes. What I will say is, I was right and you were right. Where I thought this was one of the better women's matches in WrestleMania history, so I thought it should be on the list. But your arguments of the other two matches, first off, being higher like we said they would be, and not having a lot of women's matches up to that point also made me think they wouldn't continue with loading 3 in the top 20. So like that wasn't something I'm like, oh my God, you messed up on. That was something where we both agreed, but also agreed with where we went. We were kind of right also.
Yeah. So it happens. The next one, this one it's on both of us, but I guess more on me. But at number 18, it was Taker versus Triple H with Shawn Michaels as the referee. Quite frankly, I thought this was already on the list, and that's the only reason we didn't talk about it for this list. So I thought it was already on the list.
I 100% agree. I guess they put on the WrestleMania 17 match. I don't know what match. I know they put on an Undertaker Triple H match already, right? Because that's why I thought it was on the list.
It was the other one,
Yeah.
but it's all right. Yeah.
I
Oh,
just
well.
didn't think they would put that like the other two matches were not as good, and I didn't think they would put 2 out of 3 on there. So I thought it would only be that one. So once I saw it, I was like, oh, perfect. They put that one up. I don't need to look at it. So yeah, that was just an oversight on our part. I do agree with that.
Yeah. Yeah, and from there, we bounced back a little bit then at number 17 out, as you can see on your screen, Lesnar versus Angle at WrestleMania 19. Excuse me. I think it's a decent spot. I mean, clearly we had it in this range, so I think that's fine for that one. I think that's
correct, yeah.
And then in number 16, after that, also Rhea versus Charlotte at WrestleMania 39, another one where I think it's in a fair spot. You know, that's good for it. Maybe a little high, but for what WWE wants to do, I get it.
One that I'm shocked is in the top 10 is the next one, which is Savage versus Warrior. I didn't think that was a top 10 match that we got right, but it's number 9.
Well,
right?
you jumped ahead a little bit.
You're going in order? You're going like 15, 14? I thought you were – sorry, I was going up that list. My apologies.
Oh, yeah, no, yeah, I'm sorry. I'm going just from 22 to 1.
Gotcha. I realized that. Yep, I'm going to stop talking here.
No, it's okay. I was like, what?
Actually, wait.
So the next one,
can we talk about the ones that aren't on the top 20?
I was going to do that once I cleared the list of the ones we missed.
Gotcha.
Yeah. We can if you want right now.
No, I'm down with your order. I was just jumping ahead because I'm a little excited about tonight.
It's fine. All right, put it away, Danny. Next up at number 15, I think this was one that you said, and I wasn't watching during that time, so I didn't really agree or had a case in it, but Hogan versus Warrior at 15. We just did not put it on our list.
No, I'll admit Hogan versus Warrior I didn't think was going to make it. I thought of the Hogan matches, there were other ones that would be on there, and I didn't think they would put a lot of Hogan matches on there because of just recency stuff. So the Hogan versus Warrior was an oversight. I didn't think about that one. And I would have probably argued for that over Savage versus Warrior.
Yeah, no, very fair. Next up, probably my biggest issue with this top 22. Well, not biggest. This one I have an issue with. I'm just gonna say it. Versus HBK at number 14, the Iron Man is nuts. I think that's way too low, and I don't get how that one dropped all the way to 14. In my mind,
like this was my top 4. Like we settled on 5 because of other matches and stuff like that. But like Brett versus HBK, you have 2 of the best wrestlers you wanted at that time, one of the greatest main events. I don't like a great moment that literally they replay every WrestleMania. They replay it every like time they do a montage of anything with the boyhood dream. Like it's crazy. I don't understand why not. But yeah, super low, super upsetting.
Yeah.
That was when I was like, here we go.
Yeah. I mean, I'm saying because it was in our top 10, but honestly, yeah, it's no.
And I wouldn't have been upset if it was 10 or 9 in our top 10, but like it should be in the top 10.
Yeah, crazy. And now the last match that we missed, that we did not put on the list, that they put on their list, at number 13 from WrestleMania 19, Austin versus Rock, the last time. Don't agree.
No,
I mean,
it wasn't their best one. It wasn't a good one. Fine. Forget their best one. It was because it was Austin's last match.
Of the 3 at Mania, it was probably their worst. And that's not saying it was bad by any means, but like the 15 match didn't even make this list.
Yeah,
so for this to be at number 13, I was like, okay. So those were the ones that we missed, those 6 that I said as we went throughout. Now, just to briefly pause, and we'll talk about the 6 matches that we put on the list that just did not make the top 50 at all. Now we know.
I'm stunned with 3 of them. Honestly, I am shocked. Not all of them, 3 of them.
I will say, for me personally, Brock and Taker and Ray, Kurt, and Orton, those ones are shockers for me.
I don't
Ray
know how
winning
those,
it,
and I will also say, because of all the moments they want, Taker and Kane, I'm surprised isn't on the list either, even like low on the list, because that's their first like big interaction. That's their first big showdown. But yeah, Brock and Undertaker was my number 1 shocker.
And you can't even argue the Brock thing because they already put Brock on the list elsewhere. So, like, yeah, we said Benoit wouldn't make it, fine, but Brock was already on the list. I thought they were going to do it. Surprised, nowhere to be found on the list. Ray, Kurt, Norton. I know we had that one late, but honestly, the thought of Ray winning it for Eddie and all that, I'm shocked that didn't make the top 50 at all.
Big moment there. Money in the Bank, I'm also shocked, not top 50.
Yeah.
Edge, Bryan, and Reigns, I can see that not making it in. We weren't sure about that one. Cena and Bray, I think we put on just because we thought, but like, I'm glad that didn't make the list. And like I said, Taker and Kane, I'm just shocked because of the moment. It was their first showdown, 3 tombstones to put Kane down. Like, I thought that would have made the top 50, at some point, but not too upset. More just the Brock Taker one for me is the number one shocker, though. I have to
more
say.
disappointed.
More disappointed.
Yeah, if it was up to me, I would have gotten rid of the Ronda tag and the Roman and Rock tag, and I would have added Brock Taker and the Ray triple threat.
Yep.
The other 4, I'm okay with them not being on the top 50. But moving on, we are now into the top 12. So where's number 12? There we go. So HBK versus Razor, the ladder match at number 12.
Yeah. And we knew that. We talked about that with the top 10 matches, with the Brett versus Owen thing that we thought was going to make the top 10 also. We really, we sank down HBK and Razor, and that was surprising.
Yeah, and ultimately, my whole thing about them putting a WrestleMania 10 match at number 10 and WrestleMania 3 match at number 3 didn't really hold out. My bad.
I was surprised that they put back-to-back, though. I didn't think they would put back-to-back Manias.
Yeah.
So that one did surprise me, because then at number 11 we have arguably the greatest opener of WrestleMania in history, Brett versus Owen.
Yeah, and I don't hate that spot for it. I mean, we said it would be a 10, so I don't hate it at 11. That's fine. Number 10 then, Charlotte, Becky, and Ronda. Don't hate that spot. We had it at 8. It's at 10.
Makes sense to me.
Then from there, number 9. This one I was a little surprised with, but again, I wasn't watching during then, so I can't validate it. But Savage versus Warrior at number 9.
Savage versus Warrior, I don't get it. Just plain and simply. Like, fine, top 22, like we said, makes sense. I think it was more for the moment with Miss Elizabeth coming back and saving Macho Man. It was technically the retirement match of Macho King, and then back to Macho Man. So, like, all well and good, but not a top 10 match. Especially because, any match with the Warrior is also not a top 10 match. I'm like, ever. It's just never a good match.
Yeah. So that was a little surprising for me. But moving on, honestly, I think from there, after that, we have one more surprise, kind of, I guess. But
not for me.
So number 8. Number 8, we had Hogan versus Andre.
That's your surprise.
WrestleMania from WrestleMania 3. Yeah, I mean, listen, I'm okay with it being at 8. I thought it would be higher based on the history and the moment and all that, but they put it at 8. Fine by me. Next up at number 7, TLC 2. We had TLC 2 at number 7. We had it at 9.
That got me hyped up, because if you remember originally, TLC was in my top 3, because I really thought, like, based on moment and match, that it was going to do well. And then after we talked about everything, I was like, yeah, I just hope it makes the top 10, because, like, knowing WWE, they're going to fuck that up. And hey, I'm happy with it at 7. I'm not going to argue about that. I'm not going to be mad about that at all.
Of course. Next up, number 6. Woo! That was a surprising morning for Juice Box. I mean, I am totally fine with it at number 6.
100%.
I thought Roman and Cody was going to be their number 1.
100%.
I thought they were going to do it. They put it at number 6. That was fine with me. But then also, I have to say, I am surprised then that WrestleMania 39, the first match, nowhere to be found on the list.
See, I wasn't, like, when you said that was going to definitely be up there, I was starting to get mad. I was like, oh my God, like, I don't think it should be. I don't think they need the back-to-back. They did that with Brett and Austin. I get it, but Austin and Rock. I get it, but like, I don't think you need to put 2 of those up there, especially when the first one wasn't a good moment. It was an okay match, but it didn't set up a moment because he lost. So what was the point of putting that match on there anyway? So I was happy that they didn't. But I was cracking up when you sent me that was number 6. I was like, oh man, he was so adamant that was going to be number 1. No, I
stand by
not trying to like go at you more, just like
in
the moment.
Please do.
Funny.
Listen, I told you
Just
I told
like
you last week. I was like, listen,
it's
give
gonna
it to
be
me.
one.
I
It's
deserve
gonna
it.
be one. And I was like, no. And again, I just didn't think the match was good enough. And then the recency bias I understood, but I was just like, ah.
Yeah.
And I'm glad I was right and you were wrong in that sense. And it should be at number 6.
Me
It
too.
should be at number 6. So I'm happy with that decision by them. Not every decision, but that one is okay.
Yeah. Next up, number 5, we have Rock Austin from WrestleMania 17. We had
Yeah,
number
that's
7.
So makes
That's
sense.
fine by me. Yeah, it's not. It's acceptable. Next up, then number 4.
I told you.
Savage versus Steamboat, WrestleMania 3.
I said it.
Yeah, I didn't think it was gonna crack the top 10 for what they want to do, mainly because they had Hogan Andre there. So they did WrestleMania 3 and number 8 and number 4.
Yeah.
I didn't think it was gonna get that much love. I did think it was gonna be like 11, 12,
you know
13,
what it is? It's just Hogan
but...
and Steamboat Savage has always been that first real like bar that was set. Like the Hogan Savage match was the first real technical match on WrestleMania that people were like, "Oh, this is wrestling." Like all that other stuff is entertainment. What they just put on for like half an hour is actual wrestling, and it was crazy. So yeah, that I just based on how much they hype it, number 7 in match, but number 1 of best video hype packages. That's funny as fuck. All right, what do we got next?
Yeah.
Top 3.
So number 3 was Hogan versus Rock at WrestleMania 18, and we had it at 6.
So good.
Not bad.
And I will
Not
give
bad.
you credit here. This was because of you. I forgot about Hogan Rock. You reminded me about Hogan Rock. That was a huge moment, and deservedly so on the list. So like that, as much as I want to give you shit for the other ones, that one I do have to give you credit for. That was a you one.
I'll take anything I can get. Yeah, and then next up, Brett versus Austin, WrestleMania 13, the recently about to be inducted into the Hall of Fame match. They put it at number 2. We had it at number 4. So hey, not bad. Again, I consider that a win. And then at number 1, the one that we both kind of assumed from the start it should have been, but I talked this the other way around. HBK versus Taker, WrestleMania 25. We had it at number 2. They put it at number 1. Again, I consider that a win. So
yeah, I know. Like all joking
Sorry.
aside, number 2 and number 1 we're not going to be mad about. It was just the one that took the number 1. I think this is the reason why we just joke about it. But yeah, no. I mean, I think the greatest match in wrestling history, let alone WrestleMania history. So I think it should be up there. I think it's a great example of just, I mean, that broke my heart. So watching Shawn Michaels lose that match literally brought a tear to like a 30-year or however old I was at that time. So yeah, very happy with that.
Honestly, if you, granted, I still consider this a win, but if you flip Brett HBK and Iron Man with Savage Steamboat, like our pick, you flip them, like we basically got the top 10 perfect.
Oh yeah,
in order.
100%.
Yeah, I know Brett no one's at 11. Whatever, shut up.
And Savage Warrior, I wouldn't put it in the top 10, so I wouldn't change that at all.
So I'm happy with it.
Agree with
we
that.
did good. It's a dub.
Yeah, and Brett HBK, no way would have put out of the top 10. If anything, we probably would have replaced TLC. Looking at the whole list, either TLC or Brett Owen, we would replace with Savage Steamboat. So. Yep. Either way, we wouldn't have made the top 10. But yeah, no, I loved it. I think we did a really good job with it.
Good job.
Let us know at home what you thought. If you were keeping track with us on the regular, please let us know, because every day we were just texting each other and be like, oh, this is right, this is wrong, this is terrible, this is crazy. So yeah. All right. So from there, from our good predictions, unfortunately, Juice, we have to go to our not so good predictions, because what we did, I believe the week before that, was we predicted... that's the wrong one. We predicted the WrestleMania 41 card. And we did not do a good job with the WrestleMania 41 card.
So just to give further clarification for everybody. So we did this immediately the week after the Rumble win.
Yes. So this was
So,
before like a lot of storylines started playing out. This was
very,
way,
very early on.
as they say, way too early predictions.
Yeah, this was like 2.5 months ago.
Yeah.
So we didn't know much. This is a consensus between Danny and I.
Yes.
Now, I will take ownership on this with Danny, but just to put it out there, I did share this with Danny, a timestamp picture of my personal WrestleMania card picks. And my WrestleMania card is actually like
a little closer.
60% right. I got half the matches correct. So that went better than this. But first, let's talk about this, and then I'll puff my chest a little bit with my list.
Yeah, of course.
Let's dive in.
So diving in, we had Jey Uso versus Walter. That was obvious with the WrestleMania, with the Royal Rumble win. We knew that was happening. Night one.
Nailed it.
And I don't think we did this on purpose, but leading off night one this weekend, from what I understand. So good little coincidence on that. No, I think they already reported that.
Yeah.
I
will prove it.
Yeah, here's the proof. You can see the timestamp.
You have the screenshot on you have it on the. Yeah. So that's dated. That's from February 2nd, 4:12 p.m. You know what? Then I'm just gonna read it off. You got me going, Jay.
Oh shit. Right. Okay.
No, I was gonna wait, but now he's calling me out.
Well, yeah, I was gonna wait too, but now go ahead. Thanks, Jimmy.
So February 2nd, 4:12 p.m. This was my card I proposed for WrestleMania. Jey Uso versus Walter. Got it right. Cody versus Cena before the heel turn, but I got it right. Roman versus Rollins versus Punk. Got it right. Priest versus McIntyre. Got it right. I wrote TLC, DIY, mostly Machine Guns and Profits, which we wrote here as well.
Yeah.
Got that wrong. We'll get to that. I wrote Logan versus Styles. Got it right. Owens versus Zayn. Didn't really work out because of the injury, but it wasn't going to happen, it seems like, anyway. New Day versus Omos and Strowman for the tag team titles.
Yeah, that was a little ridiculous.
Yeah, but I got New Day with tag titles, so that's a half point.
Okay.
Fatu versus LA Knight for the U.S. title. Got that right.
Breaker versus
Breaker versus Penta for the IC title. I'll give myself a half point there. I didn't include Dom and Finn because
I just said 50%.
Yeah. Where am I? Okay. Charlotte versus Tiffy. Got that right. Rhea versus Io.
2/3 right.
Yeah, I'll take a half on that though, for math's sake. Lyra versus Bailey for the IC title.
They're
teaming together, so it's a quarter point. Chelsea versus Nia for the U.S. title, completely whiffed on that.
I like how you won't take a 2/3 point, but you'll take a quarter point.
Yes, yeah, because it's nice, it's better. And then I had Bianca versus Naomi versus Jade. I'll take a half point there. And then the last one I have is Liv and Raquel defending the women's tag team titles against Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross. And I think at that point, Liv and Raquel weren't even the tag team champions yet, so that's a half point. So I did pretty well with my guess.
Now, just to be clear, though, just to defend myself a little bit, because now after reading off that list, it seems like I changed a lot, and I did not change that much. I don't know how we came up with some of the conclusions, but like I wasn't really adamant about a lot of these matches to change them completely. So that's where I'm interested to see like what you remember, because my memory is always shit. So you tell me if I'm wrong. But
so the only thing I can recall. Sorry, I cut you off.
Go ahead. No. That I was to say, but going back to it. What can you recall specific? I remember the one thing I recall specifically was Charlotte versus Rhea. That was the one I was very adamant. Like I didn't think they were going to do Charlotte versus Tiffy. So that one, that I fully agree with. So that probably changed around your Alexa Bliss one. But I don't know. Yeah. Cena versus Logan, Cody versus Punk, like we were talking about that and we talked ourselves into those matches. I don't think. Yeah. Anyway, so let's go back to night one. So Uso versus Walter, good. KO versus Sammy.
Suck it, Jay. By the way, suck it, Jay. There's my list. Proved it.
Yeah. Right. Jay DeFalco, you jerk. Goose Fraba back. Now you're back. So then we had next up was KO versus Sami Zayn, which we both thought should have happened. Happened way too early. Funny enough, Street Fight, we called it right, just happened at the pay-per-view. Oh, it was an unsanctioned match. Sorry, not a Street Fight. It was unsanctioned. My apologies. Thing. But hey, you know, if it is the same thing, then I'll take the half point also. I get a half point too. So So we called that a little early, but that happened at the pay-per-view before, and then they were clearly setting up for KO versus Randy, who we weren't even sure was going to be on the card. I remember we talked about him and just left him off because we weren't sure. So
I think you proposed that he was just going to be in the U.S. title multi-man.
probably,
thing.
yeah.
I think that's kind of what we landed on.
Yeah.
But yeah, continue.
Breaker and AJ, I know there was like rumors about it, so that's why we were I think we were more hoping for that.
Yeah. Because they did the thing on Raw where he like caught the shirt or whatever, and then they never revisited it.
So I think we like went from that being like, oh, that would be a great match. I hope they continue with that. Blah 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 blah. TLC, I mean, we'll get into more into it later. It's a crime that the tag team champions for SmackDown are not on this card with the work they put in compared to the work fucking the Raw tag teams put in. It's criminal. So they deserve to be on that card. They're going to definitely be on the SmackDown before, which is ridiculous, but whatever, man. Lyra versus Bayley. We really thought there was going to be or maybe I thought there was going to be a women's mid-card match on here. Not. They had the tag team match. Lyra versus Bayley as a tag team going into it is also kind of a joke in my opinion, but we'll get more into that when we do the predictions. Charlotte versus Rhea. I'll take the L 100%. I really thought they were going for the three-peat. In retrospect, maybe they should have. Because the Tiffany Charlotte thing has been atrociously bad.
That's basically all the build. But...
I'm just saying, retrospect maybe. Priest McIntyre, I think we both agreed on. Made complete sense, especially after the Rumble stuff. I think we knew that was coming. Bianca, Naomi, Jade. Pretty much we got right. We kind of knew that was coming with the exception of Bianca winning Elimination Chamber. That threw a little wrench into it. But Naomi and Jade, they're facing off. Strand, we already talked about facing with Charlotte. And then these next two, we really just weren't sure where they were going. Cody versus Punk and Cena versus Logan. And actually, I'll add in the third one with Roman versus Rollins too. Because we had, with Jay winning WrestleMania, really,
we were all messed up.
Just threw us off.
It was all jumbled up.
We were just like, wait. So, but then they'll have Cena win Elimination. But then that doesn't make sense for Cena to win Elimination if they didn't have him win the Rumble. Just have him. So I think that's where we talked ourselves out of Cena versus Cody because we were like in our head, if they were going to do it, they would have had him in the Rumble. So there's no point in him doing it now. And then that led to then us thinking Punk was going to win the Chamber because if it wasn't going to be Cena, it had to be Punk. So then that led to Punk versus Cody, which was kind of also being built a little bit. So like we got hooked on that bait. We kind of knew Roman versus Rollins was always in there. So there was never really an argument there. And then it was a question of where do you put Cena? And then we thought Cena versus Logan. I joked around passing of the guard kind of thing, passing of the torch. But those three, obviously incorrect. And I'll say happily so. I'd rather Cena versus Cody. I like that. Well, you know what it is? It's not that I'd rather Cena versus Cody. Sorry, that was the wrong thing to say. I would have rathered a better build. And the way they're doing all these builds, Cody versus Punk would have been shit. So, again, this is all me talking retrospectively. Fuck it. I'm glad they didn't put Punk in that bad situation. They built, as much as I don't like Punk's match, they're building his match, I think, the best out of all the WrestleMania like main event matches. So, Punk's in a better spot than I think what he would have been if he would have taken the L to Cody at WrestleMania.
Call me crazy, man, but like I'm looking over this card. I would much rather be watching this card this weekend than the one they're giving us.
100%. Like
I don't
100,000%.
I don't mean to be all poo poo, but like
no, it's true, bro. I listen. As much as I think the IC title match is going to be a good match, it doesn't make fucking sense. It doesn't make sense, and then it also doesn't make sense that Ray is facing Americano, whatever his stupid name is, instead of being in the feud that he should be in, instead of teaming with Penta, like they were kind of setting up and stuff. Like a big problem that WWE did this year was they set up a lot of stuff and then just never finished it. Set up a lot of different angles and then never finished them. So I think this, like, the card really reflects that. In the words of Triple H, stop watching wrestling as a critic and just enjoy the shit we give you. Well, the problem is that it's shit that you give us, so I can't enjoy shit.
First off, Danny, show some respect and call him by his name. It's El Nacho Belgrande Americano. So,
You saw that they changed him to the Gulf of Mexico now that there's so much backlash.
what do you mean changed?
They don't do the Gulf of America anymore. They do the Gulf of Mexico now for his intro because there was so much backlash from like the Latin community about it being racist and shit.
Well, I mean, it was, but like that was the point.
I know that was the point. That's what makes me laugh. That they were like, "Hey, we're going to do this on purpose." Too much backlash. We're not going to do this anymore.
I didn't even hear that part, but hey, I mean, we kind of got like, I mean, Ray and Penta versus Dom and Finn. We take Ray out, you put Braun in there. You put Braun in there. We essentially got that match
for sure.
So that's a win by us going there.
And then I'll admit the U.S. title match. I didn't think it would be fat. I remember saying that I thought they would put more people in there because Shinsuke was still the champion.
He wasn't good.
I know he wasn't, but I wasn't sure how they were going to take the belt off him. They had Carmelo Hayes kind of being in the middle. So I was like, oh, they're saying up for like all these guys to be on the show. And then I thought that was a good opening for Randy to come back where it wasn't like too much, but I was wrong. And I'll admit that. Yeah. But no, I'd much rather watch our card.
It may not look like it on paper, but between what we put out here and also what I have, I feel good about how it ended up. I mean, but whatever.
Oh no, for sure.
I think we could have done way worse with our predictions.
Yes.
We could have been like, Cena's gonna fight Finn Balor.
Imagine.
Roman versus Drew McIntyre.
Roman and Rollins and Cody are gonna team up and face Logan
All-Star tag. Yeah. Like, what the fuck are we doing? Oh, Inferno match. Okay.
Every match is a multi-man match, actually. Now, I realize how much roster space we have. Every match has to be at least a tag team, if not more.
I mean, that was WrestleMania 16, if you remember. WrestleMania 2000.
That was crazy.
I think every match was a multi-man.
Yeah.
But...
And it wasn't a bad WrestleMania. It's better than the one they're about to give us. Just saying. Just saying.
I will say, all right, I'll save it for the next segment. We can go to commercial.
All right. Before we go to commercial, we got some time. We're actually a little ahead. Do you want to do our card pack and opening before we go to commercial?
If you want me to. I didn't want to hurt time.
We thought we were going to do 1 hour max and 1 hour max. We're 10 minutes ahead of the first hour. So let's do a quick card pack and opening and go into commercial. And then we got a full nice hour for our last point standing. So I'm going to take off the WrestleMania card. For those of you at home, this would have been a better card. Enjoy it, but it's gone now. And now we're just looking at the Juice Man.
Can we predict WrestleMania 42 next week?
It'll still be better than the shit they give us in a year.
Like, just predict the entire next year's card. All right, here we go.
Jey Uso will hold on to the belt for a calendar year.
This is the 2021 hobby box.
Ooh.
I already have the whole base set, so I'll show them off, but I don't really care about them because I have them already.
Yeah, we're just going to judge them real quick. Nice
Chuck
pose,
Taylor.
Chuck.
Chucky T.
He's got no chest.
We got Lance Archer on the cover of an AEW magazine card.
That's a cool card. I wish it was in Lance Archer. Or I wish they made Lance Archer better so it would be a cooler card. I'm not sure which one I wish.
Oh, well. Dark Order in gold, the gold variant.
I feel like I've seen that before. Or something like that
You might have. Well, you might have in blue. This is the gold variant. Either way.
It's a nice one. I love Dark Order.
Okay, I'll save the hits for the end because they put them in the middle. Dax Harwood in blue. That's the base.
With a belt. I always like when they have a belt.
Yeah. Ortiz. Remember him?
Ortiz, you crazy bastard. I miss him.
I think he's still under contract too.
With AEW?
Maybe I'm wrong. Santana's not. I think Ortiz might be. And then Matt Jackson.
Ooh.
Base card. And to wrap it all up, these are the quote-unquote hits. They're not big hits in this pack. Matt Jackson, main features card.
That is a cool one, though.
That little dynamite.
If you're a Matt Jackson fan, that's a cool one.
If you are. And, oh, wow. Speaking of Matt Jackson. Oh, God damn it.
2 Matts? That sucks.
So this is an Upper Deck canvas card. So, like, it feels like a canvas, like,
Again, if you're a Matt Jackson fan, this is a dope pack for you.
Yeah, with freaking Rick Knox counting the pin.
The best AEW referee in history.
He's pinning Peter Avalon. Jesus, that's the worst card I've ever seen. All right, that's my pack. There you go.
All right, well, thank you for opening that pack. It wasn't the worst. It wasn't the best. You've had worse. I know that for sure.
I don't know.
So we'll be back for part 2 of the Sharpshooters tonight, where we're going to get into our usual last point standing on a Thursday night. So please stick with us after this commercial break.
Shooting for months before that, so I don't know. Maybe ask John. Let him look into it. It hasn't been an issue until a month or two. Maybe not that long, but.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Ooh, I am huge on that screen. Hope everyone's having a great night so far with us. And we are, he is working out like the Outrunners. Look at this man.
Ooh, yeah.
Juice, I think you're supposed to just do one hand with those.
Not with this routine.
All right.
2 arms at once, baby.
I'm going to say you're definitely wrong, though.
Make it a GIF, baby.
Wrong. Oh, hold on. This is way too large. Let me fix that really quick.
I've heard that before.
Juice, you son of a...
So before we do dive in here, I do want to thank anybody that's hanging around with us. We do know AEW Collision starts in about 5 minutes.
Yes, thank you.
We do appreciate if you choose to stay. We understand if you want to go watch the show. We will try to keep this short. We don't expect it to go an hour from here. But we'll see.
We do have predictions to talk about, so we'll see.
Yeah. So if you're here, thank you. I just wanted to get that out of the way before we dive in. We understand it's a different situation, but last night put us here. So
and accept the win. Thank you for pulling double duty, because now you have 2. We're playing your music more tonight, so thank you guys as well.
Let's have some fun.
Let's start off.
Yeah. So first thing I wanted to get to was some people on the move, apparently, or rumored to be. First off, Mariah May is rumored only at this point by Meltzer. So it's, was a pinch of salt, take it with a grain of salt.
Grain of salt, yeah.
Yeah, rumored to be going to WWE, not re-signing with AEW. Apparently, she told them right around Revolution, so right before she won or lost the belt, or before she lost the belt and lost to Tony. Um, Listen, after last year and everything that Meltzer pulled with Danny Garcia, where he said all this same shit, I'm not taking any of it as truth at this point. I can't.
Yeah.
Like, if it's reported by a lot more people and it seems like it has more weight and whatever. But right now, I'm not. Until it happens, it happens.
No, for
I
sure.
still think
And
I still think she'd be a huge loss for AEW. Um, and I think it'd be the wrong move. But what do I know? I'm just a fan.
see,
This is
so
what she wants.
that's one thing
Okay,
that
but
we can't blame AEW on. It's not like I'm sure they're going to do whatever they can
yeah,
do to resign her. Um, I don't see how she doesn't see if she goes to WWE, she's not another Tiffany Stratton or another Charlotte Flair. Like that's how they're going to pigeonhole her, and they're not going to let
yeah.
her do the shit she's doing in AEW because they don't do that in WWE. So like, I don't understand unless it's a significant amount of money,
Mhm.
what the appeal is for her. Other people, I get it. For her specifically, with the women's division and the way everything's worked out, I don't see the appeal for it.
And what's crazy is like her entire run was in the Tony Storm universe. She never was able to branch out and do anything else, really. I feel like
Exactly.
even during her reign, she was always kind of in the shadow of that. Maybe I'm wrong in that a little bit. I don't know. She never really had a defining like thing when Tony wasn't around, as far as I can really
No, I
recall.
agree.
Um, and like thing is also somebody I saw this online this week. Somebody brought up a good point. There's still a lot of wrestlers, like a generation of wrestlers like that we have right now. Like these people still grew up with WWE.
Mm-hmm.
Simply for a lot of them, their goal is to be that WrestleMania
No,
kid.
that's
Like to
totally
be
fair.
like like they grew up with it. So like right now, like the AEW is just against
Yeah, they
history in
didn't
that
have
sense.
WCW,
Like
they didn't have ECW. A lot of them didn't watch like TNA and shit. Like
they
it was
grew up
WWE
with
or nothing. That's
yeah.
totally fair.
So we'll
You have
see.
Kaba NATO on here also, but are those were those
Yeah. So
AEW signed?
no. So
Okay,
Jeff Cobb is leaving New Japan Wrestling. He was a current holder of one of the tag team titles. And he said a few weeks ago he wasn't going anywhere. And then 2 weeks later, he's leaving. So he was
interesting.
clearly full of shit. And with how WWE and how AEW signed people, it's not official, but it seems pretty obvious he's going to WWE. Um, and I like Jeff Cobb. I hope he does well. But again, I think it's going to be another thing where he's going to end up with put him in a tag team with Bronson Reed or whatever. Here we go. I
Hey
guess
man,
we're
he
gonna
might go. He might go to the Samoans.
And the last one, Tetsuya Naito from New Japan. I'm sure a lot of you are familiar with him from the Forbidden Door shows. Um, Abruptly this week announced, New Japan announced he's not re-signing with the company. He's leaving, and people don't know if that means he's going somewhere or if he's just quietly
Like
retiring.
retiring.
Because apparently his knees, his legs are, beat up. We
He
saw
didn't
the
look.
Forbidden
Yeah, I was
Door.
gonna say he didn't look that great. So
He didn't look good. So I don't know what's going on with him, but it's very curious because, like, I feel for New Japan, man, because like AEW, I don't want to say killed New Japan, but like AEW kind of long term without really doing it. Everyone left New Japan to
yeah,
go, and now New Japan's struggling. So I hope they can recover and find a new identity because right now, like, they're losing Tanahashi this year. Like it's rough for
yeah.
New Japan right now.
No, agreed.
So I'm really curious how Forbidden Door shakes out in August because right now there's no names from New Japan. I really need to see minus like Zack Sabre Jr.
Agreed.
But all right, next up, I want to talk some FTR.
Bro, ugh.
So
It's
they,
so good.
they did what I wanted to do. They came out on Collision. They went after Tony Schiavone.
Mm-hmm. I know you
Almost,
love that.
I wanted them to hit the pile driver, but like I love Tony just like froze up. He just like stiffened up like this and like just like stayed in place because he was just so scared shitless, probably
Mhm.
of taking a move wrong. Nigel getting up popped me. My favorite part was how like Nigel comes out, then Danny Garcia comes out, and like they save him, and like the crowd's cheering for it, but then like Nigel and Garcia are just like yelling at Tony and shitting
Yeah.
on him, like you're a fucking idiot. Why are you doing this? That killed me.
That was
I
my favorite part.
love
Be like, Nigel's like, why would you ever put me in that position? Pretty much, like, I don't want to help you out there. I'm gonna put my life at risk. What's wrong with you?
that. So good how they're just yelling at him, and
I loved
yeah,
it.
and I liked the wrinkle of Garcia coming out and getting in FTR's face,
Mm-hmm.
and then they pushed FTR on accident. I mean, they pushed Garcia on accident, tried to help him up and all that stuff. So curious because like with him losing the belt to Cole, I mean, this could be the edge. This could be what he needs.
Yeah.
And I'd be okay with it because at least it would make the title loss mean something, and that's what's most important right at this point for his career. Like the title reign was more or less mediocre, and now you need to capitalize on that.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. So and then FTR, and then they wrestled later than that. Who they fight again? I'm blanking.
They wrestled
Menard and Parker.
2.0, but they just murdered them.
Yeah, they destroyed them.
Destroyed them, left their bloody mess,
it was
which
great.
is what you needed to do. Because honestly, like, especially because Parker hasn't been around in forever. Like, you can't have them go out there and have a 20-minute match. Like, you need to show the new side of FTR. Then you had Garcia coming out. You had them turning on Garcia, which I thought was perfectly done. Like, everything they're doing is right. They're hitting on all cylinders right now. I hope they continue, and I hope they don't fuck it up.
Oh, I have a proposal, a thought for you.
I'm
I
already
want to see what you
engaged.
think. Oh, good. We'll switch. So, what are your thoughts on? I don't have it on here. I don't really want to talk about them in particular too much. The Hurt Syndicate MJF thing. So, what if we're building towards a reformation of the Pinnacle with MJF going with FTR, get Wardlow with them, and that plays off Wardlow with the Undisputed Kingdom. That plays off MJF with the Hurt Syndicate. And then with the Hurt Syndicate, I think it could just. I don't know. I was just trying to think where this MJF could be going.
Only because he
Probably
hasn't
not, but
he hasn't added anything to anything. Like every time he comes, he just and this is coming from a guy who wants Wardlow to be good. Like he just every time they bring him on, he doesn't do shit. I think if you keep it a trio, but you don't make them a trio tag. Like you keep them a trio where FTR's going after the tag belts, MJF's going after the world belt. They help each other out. I'm totally cool with that. If they make it more into like a Pinnacle 2.0, I don't think I'm going to be as excited about it. I'd rather them just keep it the three of them.
That's fair. I'm just trying to piece the pieces together long term. And again, Wardlow was in Pinnacle. That's
I know.
I said.
And I also don't know how there has to be someone in between Hurt Syndicate and FTR, unless you're having MJF cost Hurt Syndicate.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. Because I'm curious. Because again, Hurt Syndicate is like, oh, well, we're going to use them to get what we want. But again, they're not on here, so we'll move on. For the sake of this week.
All right.
Next up, the Owen Cup, the quarterfinals only, not the matches from Dynamite. Basically, just the matches from Collision.
Well, there was technically a quarterfinal on Dynamite.
Well, yeah, we're talking about that one too. You get my point. So on the women's side, Jamie Hayter defeated Billy Starks, and then Athena defeated Harley Cameron. Both kind of the predictable result.
We called it.
Yeah, and then even Takeshita, Brody King, all three of the matches were good. Just it would have been nice to have seen one of them be an upset, but I guess the right people won overall.
I think
I was mainly bummed that not the Hayter one. I'm thinking of Stat one, but that's last week.
I think all the first rounds were meant to be no upsets, no brainers. These are the ones that are advancing. This is what we want to see. We're just putting that match on because it's a tournament kind of thing. And now all these semis are the ones where we're going to be like, we know who should win, but based on the matchup, who they might not win.
Yeah.
I think that's more so for the women than the men, because I think the men are a little more predictable.
Yeah, I don't know. We will see, but I just wanted to update on the Owen Cup here. All the right people won, I guess.
My favorite thing about Saturday with the Owen Cup quarterfinals wasn't even a match. It was Toni Storm's promo right before all the women started wrestling, where she just ran through everyone who was in the women's. Was that Saturday? Yeah, right. She ran through everyone who was in the division and stuff, and was just like, "Go, oh my god!" And then she ends on Jamie, where she's like, "Take it from me, dressed in another decade will not get you anywhere." And everyone's just like, "I love you. You're the greatest thing that's ever happened to us, Toni. Thank you so much."
That's amazing. And she's going to be on commentary tonight on Collision.
I can't wait, bro. She's so good on commentary. It just cracks me up.
Stay tuned. Next up, the final semifinal match. Adam Page took on the wild card, who turned out to be Josh Alexander.
We kind of called it. We didn't like it, but we called it.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it was not that I didn't like it. It just seemed like the most obvious choice, and I'm okay with that over Jack Perry or somebody.
Definitely
I almost
okay
thought
with
they
it
were
over
gonna
Jack
have.
Perry.
I almost thought they were gonna have the Bucks throw him like a nobody or Cutler just to piss him off and make him advance and make him mad. But
I'm glad
I
they
was
didn't
waiting
do
for something.
that.
Me too. But after that segment, I was kind of like, they might be looking out for him to get him through and give him a layup and piss him off.
The only reason
But,
I was upset about Josh is because, like we talked about last week, they do this thing a lot where they bring in a big name just to have them lose right away.
yeah, but I'm not sure if you're. So first off, are you familiar with Josh Alexander's work?
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
from
you've seen him
TNA
wrestle
and stuff.
before.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
I've seen him
I'm
with
very
TNA a
familiar with the
bunch.
heel turn in TNA, and I loved what they did after the match. Like I said, I was disappointed with it because I knew what the result was going to be. And then when I saw everything played out, I was like, perfect. You got me because I didn't think that was happening. So good swerve at the end.
Yeah, it was good. I think it was a good call because like we've had Speedball Bailey come in and be the baby face. We've had Kevin Knight come in now and be a baby face. I think it was nice to get a new person in and kind of be a heel right away.
And it was also good the way he lost. It wasn't a clean like, oh my God, you knocked him out 1, 2, 3. It was like, oh, you got a pinfall and just escaped. Like, cool.
So the only thing about that I didn't like, and I'll get to it on our next point, but is the first two matches, just for me, like, they both ended the same way.
Yeah.
Roll up
100%.
That's the only thing. I would have done roll up.
It wasn't even that
back.
match was the problem. It was because the match after that gave the same result that looking back that match was. Because wasn't that the first match? Oh, no, Mercedes was the first match.
Yeah, so
My
I didn't
bad.
listen. I didn't mind the roll up finish in Mercedes match, but
then it happens again.
I would have done something different.
At least like a count out or a DQ or something that would actually probably set him off more. Like losing my count out would piss anyone off, and then you have Don Callis come out and whisper in your ear. Like I'm not saying what they did was wrong, but that might have made it a little better for avoiding the back to back roll up thing. But no, I think Alexander being in the Callis family now creates a good new wrinkle. It's someone now that I can believe, like Kyle Fletcher, like Konosuke will do something. No offense to Archer, no offense to Cage. We know they're there for more fodder. By the way, ROH Final Battle 2024 is on DVD on AEW site for those who are interested.
Hey,
there you go.
All right, now where's Forbidden Door?
All right, so
still not on DVD.
I guess that moves us to our opener for Dynamite.
Yeah. So now before we really dive in here, honestly, listen. I mean, we're gonna get to these next 3 points. Minus the tag team title match, this Dynamite was a home run.
Yes.
What an episode.
Yes.
Just amazing.
Top to bottom.
And I hate to say it, but like these next 2 matches we're gonna talk about. The next 3. I know it's WrestleMania, but like I'm hard pressed to find what matches are gonna beat these 3.
In this
or at least
week.
The first 2.
Yeah, no, for sure.
So we'll see. But my standards are set. And it's unfair as it may be, but Mercedes Athena.
I don't think it's unfair for a wrestling match.
I'm not trying to be AEW boy here. I'm trying to be as fair as I can be as a host.
Give us a good argument in the chat if you want to argue against AEW boy Juicebox.
Hey, I said I'm not.
Oh, sorry.
So Mercedes
AEW
versus
Juice
Athena.
Boy. Wait, no, that doesn't work either.
Oh boy, Mercedes versus Athena. It was great. I loved it. Delivered. I definitely expect a rematch. I really hope the way they go is the second one happens at Final Battle. I don't think they do that, but it makes sense. Mercedes should be the one to be like, hey, I just beat you. I want to run it back. I want to fight you on your turf for the ROH title.
And then she puts up. Oh, I was going to say, I thought she was going to put up, because they were saying how, she might put up one of her belts. I still say have her win it, but I thought I would at least be a belt for belt thing.
I mean, you can do that, sure. But at this point, I'm strapping the rocket to Mercedes and, like, give her the ROH title, give her the Toni Storm match, give her the AEW title. Like, let's just go all out with this.
I agree.
But, yeah, great match. Loved all the spots. The barricade glitching out spots, always kind of lame, but whatever at this point. WWE doesn't do it.
I will say, though, that when WWE does it sometimes, I laugh at, like, how it was hit. I'm like, all right, you didn't take out the whole thing. Like, you took out maybe a little, but, like, this was the one where, like, you saw the thud, and I'm like, oh, that shouldn't work. And then it just went, I'm like, yeah, no, that made sense. Like, I appreciate the way that, like, looked compared to some of the other ways that WWE used to do it, or does it. I don't know.
Yeah, again, they don't do it often, so whatever. It's
You'll
fine.
give them a pass.
This is the problem with WWE. They break you and they make you hate
And
shit.
what I will say, Athena looked fantastic. I know
Yeah.
I just don't get to see her in ROH because I don't watch ROH, but like she looked great, and I kind of hope that when her ROH run is done, she comes over to TNA and does more on there. But we'll see.
Was where?
What did I say?
How about you go to TNA?
Oh, why did I say TNA? I meant AEW. Weird.
It's fine. But yeah, great match, and I can't wait to see them run it back soon. Next up, speaking of great matches,
That were ran
Ospreay
back.
versus Konosuke Takeshita, running it back from Revolution. I mean, listen, it was a slow burn. It built up, but man, they delivered again. I mean, was it as good as Revolution match? Probably not.
I don't think so because it was a slow burn. It was like too slow.
It was still a great one, and they went crazy at the end with the one kickouts and the one kickouts.
So I'm gonna say something, and I don't know how. I do know how you're gonna feel about it. I don't know how some of our guests are gonna feel about it, but we'll see. I love when they do stuff like that because it's very believable if they do it correctly.
Or in wrestling.
In wrestling. And WWE doesn't do it that much, but there is something real about adrenaline. There is something real about, like, even when you're hurt, you don't feel it till later. And as long as it's not the whole match, whenever they do a big move, do a kick out, do another big move in response, and then after that they take a breath and they're both down or whatever, that makes sense to me. And I hate when people are just like, oh, another, circus act where they kick out of all these finishers and it's a 1 count here and a 1 count there. It's like, yeah. That's okay once in a while because it makes sense. That's how your body would react when you're like, oh shit, like I gotta get out of this. Like your body sometimes goes into takeover mode without you knowing it. So like everyone who complains about that, because I saw last night about that match where they were just like, oh, 3 finishes in a row and kick out, what a circus act. It's like, nah, bro, you didn't watch the match because like it added so much drama to the end of that match where it's just like, oh, he finished him 1 count. What the fuck? Oh, he finished him 1 count. Oh my God. Like it worked out so well in my opinion.
Yeah, it was great. And I'm glad Ospreay won. By the end, I was like, okay, he has to win because like I like Takeshita a lot, but like Ospreay had to win this.
It really has to be an Ospreay Hangman final for me. Like I don't see how they don't do that.
Yeah, Hangman and Fletcher's gonna be nuts.
It's gonna be crazy.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good one.
Right.
The Owen shaping up well. I think we have our last 2 semifinals set. Yep.
Yeah.
So it's Stat and Hater.
Yep.
Winner faces Mercedes. We already talked about the men's side, so it's gonna be something.
And what I also say is like we knew the Owen Hart was going to be good. That wasn't our disappointment. Our disappointment was just the field because it was a repetitive field. Like
the men's field still is.
Yeah, you were never going to convince me that Konosuke versus Ospreay wasn't going to be a good match. You were never going to convince me that Fletcher or MJF weren't going to have good matches. I'm sorry, Hangman Page weren't going to have good matches. But like we've already seen them fight kind of, so it's just like, but. It'll be fine. It's working out great. Yeah. I'm interested to see what you think about this next one because I have 2 thoughts on the trios match, good and bad.
Okay. So I had a whole set of things to say about the trios titles after Collision, and I've been on a roller coaster with this. So first off, on Collision, they announced that Pac is indeed injured and cannot defend the tag team titles anymore.
Yes.
So Mox will be stepping in to defend the trios titles with Death Riders, which immediately set off the alarms for me. I was pissed off because if you recall, they did that thing with the Bang Bang Gang where I believe either Juice or Jay got hurt, and then the other tried to step in and defend, and Tony was like, "No, you guys can't do that. I'm stripping you of the belts."
Yeah.
So it's like. And that's why you don't do stupid shit like this for booking. Yeah, it's wrestling, but like people remember these things. Like, so then it wasn't okay, but now it's okay. So that annoyed me. I was like, fine, they're not going to strip the belts. Then they said they were doing the 6-man on Dynamite, which again I wasn't crazy about, but we expected it to happen because they weren't going to wait till Double or Nothing, especially with the injury now.
And also with Dynamite being like one of those spring break big episodes of Dynamite for them.
Yeah. So I was like, okay. As long as they're losing the belts, I'm fine with this. If they're not losing them, bullshit. And then Dynamite kicks off.
And Hook is hurt.
And Hook isn't in the match.
And I'm so sad at this point.
They're doing a 3-on-2, and I'm like, oh boy. Okay. So
what I will say really quick, I'm going to cut in. I
please.
didn't realize, I didn't hear the Moxley announcement on Saturday. I heard that he was hurt. I thought they were going to do what we said, the 3-on-2 the other way.
Mm-hmm.
When I saw Moxley's thing in there, I was like, oh, okay, yeah, he's bringing them to the ring. And then I'm watching Moxley come out with them and Mariah holding the belt on the shoulder. I'm like, oh, motherfucker, I was not paying attention to it. Like, this sucks. Like, I don't want to watch him do this. This is stupid. Like, I was getting mad at this point. Okay, so, yes, Hook's out now. So, like, I thought it was a 2-on-2 all night. I'm not going to lie to you. I was like, they're doing a tag team match to defend the trios title? What the fuck is happening?
Oh, and by the way, we joked about it offline, but it looks like Hook probably really did have a concussion.
Yeah, I'll take back. So, even though this person doesn't know,
that's the only thing I could think of.
Offline, I talked shit about a report I saw that was shit on AEW that apparently let Hook on Collision wrestle after getting a concussion because he puked in the ring twice. But we didn't see that on TV, so we thought this person was just talking shit against AEW. And then Juice looked back at the actual footage and saw puke in the ring, and then no Hook on Dynamite. And we're like, that person was definitely right.
Yeah, so he might have. I mean, because
so hope he's okay.
If he doesn't have a legit concussion or injury,
there's no point.
I don't get the move.
We'll
point. See, but yeah, and then they come out, and then a pleasant surprise, Powerhouse Hobbs comes out, and at this moment, I'm like, damn, okay, they might do it if they're giving him Hobbs. It's kind of weird, and the match is going on. The match is solid. I'm enjoying it. I'm feeling it. And then the Bucks come out, and I'm like,
I
know. And then Swerve came out. And, dude, when I tell you, when Swerve came out, in that moment, I was like, they're losing the belts. Like, it hit me. I was like, that's it. You can't do all of this and not end it with that. So, and that's when it hit me that they're winning them.
So it did hit me earlier. Once Powerhouse came out, I knew it. Actually, no, that's a lie. Once it was the main event, I knew it. Just because of the way the whole show was, once I was like, oh, this is going to end it, there's no way they're ending it on a bad note. If they could have given us Kyle and stuff, especially if they were going to do like a 3-on-2 thing like I thought they were going to do, I was like, there's really no reason to end it on the 3-on-2 beatdown.
Well, especially because this is the Dynamite this is the Dynamite breaking the record. They want to make it memorable. And that was a hot crowd, by the way.
Very good crowd. So, yeah, so once Powerhouse came out and I saw it was 3-on-3, I was like, oh, definitely. Like, if I didn't think it was before, definitely now. And then as the match kept progressing, same thing, roller coaster, just like Bucks no, Swerve yes, no, yes. Like, I was just like, I don't know where to go.
Bro, when Joe put Mox in that move, crowd lost it because they just knew. And when they won, man, that is the stuff. That is what I've been waiting for.
And the Shibata setup really got the crowd even like you felt it being like, oh, Shibata has Claudio. Like, oh, Claudio's done. Powerhouse just took out Yuta. And the crowd's like slowly like, it's going to happen. It's going to happen. And then the choke gets put in and the crowd's like, holy fuck, it's happening. Like, let's go.
So good, dude. Like, I loved it.
I agree.
I loved it. And like, again, just like that whole show just left me feeling like, wow, like I have a hard time seeing how WWE's gonna like blow me away or impress me this weekend. But
no, for sure. I mean, like I said, they have 2 or 3 chances. They have 2 or 3 matches that can really like. As much as I'm not looking forward to the card, I'm looking forward to the matches. But again, only 2 or 3, and that's if they deliver on those. And we'll get to those when we get to the predictions later. Any last notes on Dynamite or the Trios Championship? One last thing I'm going to say before you go. I am so fucking happy it's finally over. Yeah. Thank God we have Trios champions that are going to actually have the belts every week and maybe have a Trios division. Like,
let's see.
Listen, I said definitely hold the belts every week. We will see them every week on their shoulder. Whether they defend them, I don't know, but they will have them with them every week. And I do want to see the Hook thing because, granted, even if it's, I do believe it's legit, but even if it wasn't legit, what's the storyline going to be now? You replace him. You can't put Hook in and take Hobbs out. They're not like a group like that. So like, is Hobbs an op now? Is he part of the ops? Is he not?
I think so. I think
he has to be. I'm just saying.
I think you have to add Hobbs now to the group. I think Hook's just not.
I think they might end up giving Hook like a.
Yeah. I agree.
Yeah. All right. Usually we take a commercial break now, but because we're doing a special 2-hour and we already took a commercial break, we're going to go right into WWE and we're starting off with one Randall Keith Orton.
Said his government name.
I said his government name. And
government.
This is just an easy segment. Who is Randy facing on Saturday? I know, real easy. Who is Randy facing on Saturday?
Oh, it's Adam Page.
That's the wild card.
Hey, he's gonna run out in the reverse Uno. No, so like, I don't think they're gonna announce anything on SmackDown because obviously the answer you thought would be Solo Sikoa, but I saw a video from Randy today at the WWE World Experience thing, and they talked to him about who's gonna fight, and Randy was like, I'm going to WrestleMania on Saturday. I'm just going to put on my boots. I'm going to get in the ring, grab a mic. I'm just going to call out somebody. Whoever comes out.
I think it's going to be an open challenge kind of thing, yeah.
So that leads me to believe that they're not going to announce a match tomorrow.
It could still be Solo, but I just don't believe they're going to announce it.
Here's the thing. If you're going to do a mystery open challenge thing after what you did last week and it's still Solo, that's fucking stupid. Like, at that point, just make it Randy.
But then who do you bring in? Because there's no one like that's injured that we're all waiting to come back. You got it. Whoever's going to face him has to lose to Randy. Randy's not doing this whole build just to lose now. Like, this is becoming a thing now where like he's it might be Nick Aldis at this point. He RKO'd him twice. Like, I would fucking love if Nick Aldis got in a ring. Maybe not right now, but like I like Nick Aldis. I was a fan of.
I do too, but I just in 2025, I don't think that's going to really move the needle for me.
I don't think it's going to move the needle as far as like, again, I don't think it should be like a WrestleMania like Randy Orton match. I would love to see him in the ring again though. But yeah,
give me Adam Pearce. Adam Pearce, I pop for.
I was, until you just said that, I was on your boat of being like Carmelo Hayes will probably win the Andre and maybe call him out or something like that. Could be maybe the Andre winner comes out for the open challenge and is like, I won last night. I should be on the show. I don't know.
I mean, the other names are guys that
Alistair,
Ray Phoenix. You could do Ray Phoenix. You could do Alistair. You could do Miro or Rusev. Like, all those people are in the wings. I'm assuming.
Rusev, I'd be okay with because he could take the loss. Alistair, I don't believe if you bring him back, he should take the loss right away. And Ray Phoenix, I don't think should take the loss either.
You can do Andrade too.
Fuck Andrade. I don't want to see Andrade on the card.
Listen, I'm just throwing out names
Andrade.
that like.
You're right. I asked for that. Damn
They can bring out fucking Goldberg. Man.
Okay, I asked for this. It's my fault. We're gonna move on now. I can't hear these names anymore. My apologies. Randy Orton. We'll see you Saturday night or Sunday night actually.
Goldberg coming.
All right.
Goldberg.
How did we feel about the women's tag team gauntlet match where we had first time ever pairing of Bayley and Lyra Valkyria win, and now are number one contenders for the tag team championships?
Well, I for one love the gauntlet match.
The gauntlet.
Did you like Did you enjoy the gauntlet?
Yeah, I'm leaving it.
Sorry,
I'm leaving it.
I like the idea better of Rusev. Yeah,
me too.
Rusev would work. But yeah,
did you like the match itself?
The gauntlet match, it was fine. I mean, I liked that they actually gave it time. Yeah, those gauntlet matches, like, I mean, it just speaks to the tag division. Like, listen, you already knew Bayley and Lyra were feuding with them like the week or two beforehand, and I already said when that match was announced, this is just an hour padding of time. It's for nothing. Like, Bayley and Lyra are the only ones that were feuding with them. So just do that match.
What I'm also confused about is, like, you have better tag teams. Like, you have Damage Control, who technically can be a tag team. Because isn't Kairi Sane still okay? Or Kairi Sane's also hurt?
I think, dude, I don't even know, man. None of them are even on TV. I think they're like, if they're not all hurt, I think at least two of them are hurt.
I know. Well, yeah, Asuka, whatever. I don't even know, actually. I don't know. But then you look at all the other tag teams, and it's just like, you have such a weak division. Why are you like, you had Baszler and Zoe Starks, who are they still a team now without their third, or what's their new team name? I don't even know. By the way, we never talked about the new team name for Undisputed Kingdom, but we'll talk about that later at the Ring the Bell.
It doesn't count.
So I wasn't a big fan of it. I also, because they were the first two, I texted you, I really expected Cross and Nikki to come out and just be like a surprise last entrance. Because, like, I just didn't see them keep on winning and keep on winning. They usually don't do that with the gauntlet. I did enjoy that aspect of it, where the number one ran the gauntlet.
Mm-hmm.
They don't do that often, so that was fun.
Dude, and I'll just say, man, listen, like, what a fumble, like with Alexa Bliss. Like, what the hell?
I don't understand why you bring her back.
You couldn't do anything, even if the plan was something with the Wyatt Six. Creative, be creative.
I don't get
Figure out something for her and put her on the show.
Like, everyone was so hyped to see her too.
Immense waste of time. And also, listen, I hate Nia Jax, but like
where's her and Candice? Her and Candice LeRae are more of a tag team than fucking Piper Niven and what's her face.
And the Secret Hervis.
Yeah, which I love the name.
But I don't like Nia Jax, but like she worked her ass off this year, and like you want to talk about deserving a spot on the card. I mean, not everyone does, but whatever. I thought she was gonna get something.
I agree with you, and she went from being the champion for a good portion of the year to like not even being around the past few weeks, which is nuts to me.
Yeah.
Charlotte. Like right after Elimination Chamber, she disappeared. It was crazy. So yeah, fuck Charlotte. All right. Moving on to I love the name, the Secret Hervis, by the way. I think that's just a really funny name and like very unique. But this can be just as short as their match was. What happened SmackDown with their match? What do you think happened?
I think she just didn't hear the count, and the referee had to count to 10. This is twice in a row now. I think these two have fought. And it's been a complete bust. And I like Zelina. I don't really care for Chelsea. I don't want to see this anymore. It's a nightmare.
I'm the opposite. Actually, you know what? I love Chelsea. I'm not a big fan of Zelina, and I also agree with you. I don't want to see this ever again.
Word is I don't have to see it ever again, because after Mania, I'm not watching WWE anymore. So this is the last week. Well, totally next week you got me one more.
Well, I'll let you know what happened with them if it happens again. No worries.
Please don't.
Because it'll be another flub. But yeah, no, that was just so confusing to me. It just really killed like anything they were doing on the show. So that sucked. All right. And then just between SmackDown and Raw, there weren't a lot of like big things to talk about separately that we're not going to talk about for predictions. So I kept that pretty minimal. The last thing to talk about, though, is definitely on Raw. Not Romana. What the hell is that? Okay, that I do have to check.
Ramna Reigns, baby.
Ramna Reigns. So, Roman Reigns, CM Punk, and Seth Rollins segment with Paul Heyman on Raw. Shut the fuck up. On Raw to end it. All right. We had Roman. So before they even came out, we had a great thing, and I saw this on Insta, which was hilarious to me, or TikTok, sorry, which is when CM Punk and Heyman were sitting together in the backstage area, and then Roman comes out. They're like, when your 90s crush sees you talking to someone else, and then they play like the really dramatic like 90s sitcom music as Roman just like walks and looks at them and like walks past them. I thought that was the funniest shit I've ever seen. But I really good build. I love the way they came out with Rollins, how Rollins kind of made, like, you can tell Roman's thinking about the behind the back move or whatever you want to call it, the betrayal, but then also knows how Rollins is and went after Rollins right away. The push on Heyman, no one you maybe saw coming, but like no one expected, so that brought out Punk. And then you had the ending with Rollins in Deja Vu hitting Romans in the back with a steel chair, and it's starting to be like things that are guaranteed in life: death, taxes, and Seth Rollins hitting Roman Reigns in the back with a chair.
No, Danny, you're wrong. You said it wrong. He hit him with the shield chair.
Oh, sorry, with the shield chair.
Do you remember that?
It's a very specific steel chair.
He turned on the shield and he hit Roman with the chair the same way.
Yeah, and I think
that's what they were doing.
Last year, something similar happened with the shield chair in reverse.
He hit him with the shield chair.
Oh my God.
I think every time Seth grabs his steel chair,
it's the shield chair.
Shield chair on it, so that the fans can know it's the shield chair.
I would love if every time he picked it up, just the PA system just started doing the opening for the shield entrance, like Shadow, whatever. I don't remember what the rest of it was.
Everything I do from now on is going to have the word shield in front of it. Like, this is the shield stream. We did a shield unboxing beforehand.
Oh God.
Awful. But listen, I mean, freaking, I didn't really like the segment. Only Only because like Seth Rollins, man, I've never heard somebody talk so much out of his ass than he did on that segment. Like, I'm sorry. I get we're gassing up everything as great as this, great as that, big as this. You cannot call this the biggest, like highest stakes triple threat match in wrestling history.
There's nothing
when
at
there's
stake.
when there's nothing on the line. And like Paul Heyman is this like bargaining chip of power that really makes a difference being with who he's with. Like, I get what they're trying to do, I guess, but like it's not that big of a deal. It's a big triple threat match, and I'm really curious to see how it turns out. Don't get me wrong.
I would say
but
if this was Paul Heyman early in the Tribal Chief run, when he was actually interfering in matches and actually like helping out Roman, like when he handcuffed Kevin Owens and stuff like that, if that's the Paul Heyman you're talking about, 100% he can tip the scales. The last year or two, the man is just standing in the corner. The man barely argues with the ref. Like, he doesn't interfere. He doesn't cause a distraction. He doesn't really do much. So he's not going to tip the needle in either way.
So Kevin asked, I didn't hear that, but I do have a similar
Interesting
thought process to what you said. He wrote, for those of you not reading chat, did either of you hear speculating of a scenario where Seth somehow joins The Rock's group with Cena?
Do you say either or either? I say either. Anyway, sorry. I just heard you say something.
Well, I'll get to that more when we do the predictions tab.
Interesting.
I do have thoughts about that.
Okay. I never heard about that, so I'm interested to hear about that. All right.
I haven't heard that either, but
moving on. Just really quickly, because this is the only time I didn't get to talk to you about it last time because you were on vacation. This Hall of Fame class,
booty cheeks,
along with this WrestleMania, might be the worst in history.
It's awful, man. It's not good.
I'm not happy with it. And even the one or two people who deserve to be in it, I still think are way too early. I will die on this hill that I don't think Triple H should be in the Hall of Fame right now. I do think he deserves it. I think you wait till after he's done with wrestling. I don't think he goes in now because technically the wrestling Triple H kind of already went in with DX and shit. So like this Triple H is going to be a mix of wrestling Triple H and CEO Triple H and business Triple H. And if we're going to do that whole guy, that should be when he's done being the guy, not while he just took over it. Just my opinion on that one.
Yeah, no, and you shared that here before on the show, actually. And I, as the resident Triple H hater, I actually disagree. I think
it's crazy.
And I think it's completely acceptable and fine that he's getting in now. His wrestling career, in-ring career is done. Everything that's happening now is just icing on the cake. It's not going to make a difference in that. And if anything, they're getting him in now because who knows what scandals will wait. No, I'm kidding.
That's actually fair because Jay DeFalco just said, I'm waiting for a few years to pass for them to put Vince in it. And then Kevin Lash wrote, I went down a rabbit hole on TikTok and it's believable to an extent. Plus, Seth has been rocking some attire that could be foreshadowing and a nod to The Rock. Interesting.
Oh, like the bell bottoms and the all black leather.
Interesting. Yeah. But yeah, so the rest of the class though, not too crazy. I mean, it's gotten to the point where they had to put in matches to kind of salvage the class. And also, aren't they putting in like 4 or 5 legends in one sitting?
Yeah, it's bullshit, man. They're putting in Coco. I think Coco Beware. I'm pretty sure they're putting. No, not Coco. Kamala. No,
look it up. Hold on.
That's embarrassing.
I think it was. Sorry.
I'm pretty sure it's Kamala. But they're putting in all these people. Like I think one of the Funks is going in. Like they're putting in all these people that should get their own nomination, but they're just shoving them in as a legacy wing.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, and that's how they're going to get Vince in one day. They're just going to throw him in legacy or some bullshit. But
they're going to get Vince in. Just how?
I even told you when the inductees, like the people that are inducting the Hall of Fame inductee, like the Hall of Fame people.
Here we go. Hold on. I got it now. Nope, that's not it. That's a senior scramble. What the fuck was that? What are you people saying?
That's when it's worse. Like when like Punk, HBK, Taker are the people inducting these people.
Mm-hmm.
It's whatever. It's and if you're gonna watch it, God bless you. It starts at 1 a.m.
Oh, I am
on Saturday morning. I even if it was at like noon or 8 p.m., I wasn't gonna watch it. But 1 a.m. start time.
So it looks like the legends aren't even on the actual card, like aren't on the actual Hall of Fame class. It's Natural Disasters, Michelle McCool, Luger, and then the Immortal Moment. They don't even have like the old timers on this portion of it, which is crazy to me.
I'll find them.
So I don't understand why. Yeah, no, it is what it is. Yeah, so I'm not too crazy about it. And again, go ahead.
I got the name. It's Kamala, which I was right. Sorry, Coco B, where he's already in. He got in a few years ago, I think. Kamala, Dory Funk Sr., and Ivan Koloff.
Ugh.
Like, those are just getting put in Legacy Wing very quickly. No person to come out and talk. It's unfortunate, but whatever.
All right. And last but not least, and hold on, I gotta recess a little bit here.
Recess.
I gotta reset the
reset
page. Give me 1 second.
I want to go on the swings.
No, sorry, bud. No swings today.
Bullshit.
Okay, we're gonna make us that way. Good. And then we're gonna move us. Make us a little smaller.
Nope, I'm in chat.
And then we have our predictions. Why are the predictions up there? Should be down here. Predictions move. Predictions move. There we go. Thank you, predictions, you crazy bastards. Discord.
You're on night two, by the way.
Yes, I am. That's annoying.
I don't care. I just fairly,
There we go. Thank you.
Oh,
all right.
Computer.
So what we have below is we're going to do predictions a little differently. So me and Juice have been talking, and we don't like that we're not on screen when we talk about our predictions. So we reconfigured our page a little bit, and we're going to go through the predictions underneath us as we go through so you can see our picks. So starting off with what we agreed were foolish that they put this on over the WWE Tag Team titles, but we have War Raiders versus the New Day. Looks like we are both on the same page that the New Day are coming away with the titles here. Anything you want to add to that?
You can't forget it's sponsored by Clash of Clans, by the way. Very important detail.
Sorry, I will not say that.
Yeah, no, every match. By the way, I also noticed this on Raw. Every single match is sponsored by like something.
Of course,
again this year,
because that's what they.
So
got.
every match is going to have a mascot and a logo slapped on it. So God forbid any match just exists, but whatever. All right, continue.
So next up,
New Day's gonna win. I'll be shocked if War Raiders win.
Yeah, same. And there'd be no reason. You're doing this whole story. What's the point?
The only sorry, one more thing. The only reason I could see this match having to be on the show is because Big E's cleared and coming back, and they're doing something here. That's it.
That's
the only reason I could.
So that's the only way the War Raiders would win, is if New Day does something and if Big E interferes. Because otherwise, I don't like if he's not coming back. There's no reason for him to interfere and cost on the match because there's no way to make a feud out of that. Next match that shocked that it's on. Personally, we got Rey Mysterio versus El Grande Americano, where we have Rey Mysterio. We both have Rey Mysterio winning here.
When I say political, I don't mean like that political. I think for political reasons, this match is on the show because Ray's got to be on the card, and I think Ray's coming to the end, and I think they know they want to get him a WrestleMania match.
And see, that's the thing. I don't mind Ray being on the card. The build-up for Chad Gable, Americano, whatever, it wasn't Ray, and that's where I had the issue. The build-up was with Penta. Yeah. It should be. I don't mind that El Grande Americano is on the card because it really is Chad Gable, but it should be him versus Penta. Ray should be involved with the Dominic thing right now. If you really are closing the chapter on Ray sooner rather than later, I just don't think they did the build up right. But
did you see that they're selling El Grande Americano mask now?
Of course, but that's the reason they want. They've been talking about this for years that they want to get Ray against someone with a mask to have that huge sale, have all those people in the audience wear masks. You had it set up perfectly where if you brought in Penta to be a heel, you could have had Penta versus Ray. Mask versus, you would have had the entire building with masks on between Penta and Ray. But again, another situation where they drop the ball for no reason because they have to have Penta be a heel, even though Penta is a face, even though Penta is perfectly set to be a heel for you. You don't have a lot of heel luchadors. Let him be one of them, but no, you can't do that. Next match, I'm surprised we have a difference of pick here. Jade Cargill versus Naomi. You picked Naomi. I picked Jade. What's your thinking along for Naomi out of curiosity?
I think this feud's just getting started. And I think to have Jade just win Well, do I think it's like unheard of? No, of
No,
course I
I'm
can
not
see
saying
Jade
you.
winning
Yeah,
it, but I just feel like this one's gonna keep going, and I think Naomi winning here is better long term for it. Because again, if Jade just wins the first match, then that's it. Where can you go from it? Granted, WWE clearly doesn't care about that, and this will be a 6-8 month feud. But
so
yeah, I'd like to see Naomi get the win and this feud keep going.
I'm of the opposite opinion where I don't think the feud's gonna keep going after this because I don't think you needed to. I think it was kind of built just for Jade to get her payback for WrestleMania, and then I think you have Jade move on to possibly stuff with Bianca because like they still haven't really had an interaction. So like
Well,
we don't know if
unless
Jade's gonna come out of this heel or face. We don't know if Bianca's gonna come out of this heel or face. So like those two might be on a crash course for each other, especially if Bianca doesn't win the belt. Then
yeah,
it's
but
really set up for Jade.
but then also we don't know if the I don't know if it's official or not. I think if the draft is happening still next month,
Yeah,
or
who
if they're
knows
not
with
doing
that
it.
shit?
But
Who knows?
yeah,
We're doing a
that
draft
could also
soon, but not
yeah,
them.
I don't know.
All
Yeah, that's
right.
why I got Naomi.
Interesting. All right. Back to us being on the same page for the next 3 matches. We have U.S. title
Spoiler
match,
alert.
Jacob Fatu versus LA Knight. I think we both are on the same page. At least I'm speaking for you. Tell me if I'm wrong. I think we're kind of over the LA Knight U.S. title reign. I think it's an obvious like need for a change. They just put it back on him because Shinsuke was just a bad run with it. But I think Jacob Fatu, like the way you set him up, if he doesn't win this, he kind of loses a lot of his luster coming out of this match if he doesn't win it.
All right, I'm talking about a sneeze.
Ooh.
Wait.
Are you allergic to my bullshit? Is that what you're trying to
Yeah,
say?
a little bit. Okay. I'm not. I agree with you. They gave it to LA to get it over Shinsuke, but I'm not over LA Knight as U.S. champion. He's still hugely over. The people love him.
Yes.
And
I just don't think they're giving him a good
I
reign.
don't. I could see if Solo's not fighting Randy, I could see Solo costing Jacob. But I don't think that's where they go with it. So yeah, I think Jacob's gonna win it.
All right. Then we got Tiffany versus Charlotte. We both have Tiffany retaining. And for me, that's more of because of the way the feud's been going. I feel like Charlotte's really kind of fucked up so much that if they give her the belt, it kind of looks bad.
You can basically copy and paste the next 2 matches with what you just said because it's true. Like
Yeah.
if Jay and Tiffy don't win, like it's gonna make them look really bad.
Really bad.
And I think it's gonna be hard for more Stratton to bounce back from that if she just loses.
Yeah, I think Jay, at least they'll go to the mid card with him. He'll still have like the Yeet stuff, so he'll still be kind of okay with it. It still won't look good, but I think what'll ruin it for him is he'll never be believable as like a main event guy again. Even though if you ask Matt, still not. But Tiffany, on the other hand, is a lot different where like they catapulted her to the title. So if she loses from here, she's not really set up to do like a mid card run. She's not like it almost like they're going to push her to the back of the line like they do a lot with the women, and she's going to reset, which is going to be terrible for her character. Look at Nia Jax. Where the fuck is she? Nia Jax can afford to do this, though, because she's been around longer. They can't afford to do that to Tiffany, and that's what I'm afraid of. All right.
Yeah.
And then the last match of the night, we got CM Punk, Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins in the Romna Reigns in the highest stake triple threat match of WrestleMania history. And you have Seth Rollins winning. I have CM Punk winning. So I have CM Punk winning just for the story. I feel like Jey Uso is going to, if I can go scroll back up really quick, Jey Uso is going to lead off the night. Then you have a lot of like potential heels winning. Tiffany's like right in the line of heel or face. We don't know what the hell she is.
She's face.
She's more face with Charlotte, but not overall. Like her character is still not like a huge face.
She's been a baby face since like a month before cashing in.
Yeah.
They were putting her in the gear in the hometown crowd. She's baby face.
And then potentially if Naomi wins, that's another heel winning. So like, do you end night 1 on a sour note? Do you end it on a high note? And then on a sour note is anyone but CM Punk winning. High note is CM Punk winning his first main event.
Sorry, just to go back really quick, I had something I wanted to say that I forgot. So Jey Uso for me is like, if I had to put confidence points on something, he's probably way high up on the list for a guaranteed win because they're doing the WrestleMania. They're doing the WrestleMania After Dark things this weekend,
Okay.
like the after parties, and this is WrestleMania Saturday. Saturday night after WrestleMania, they have Jimmy and Jay hosting a WrestleMania After Dark party. You do, you do not have Jay lose the world title match and then go with Jimmy,
Bro, that's so
celebrate at an
fucked
after
up.
party.
They just spoiled it. Jimmy's coming back at WrestleMania now.
Like, I mean, yeah, he has to. Like,
I'm just saying that was a question. Like we were questioning that last week. Now it's a fucking guarantee, and I hate when they do that shit.
Well, so here's what I will say: if Jey Uso loses the opening match, I am booking an immediate flight to Las Vegas to catch this after party, just to sit there and watch Jay up in the little nosebleed, little balcony,
Just sad,
crying, sad yeeting. So I can be there in person. I can't miss that. So sorry in advance to the people I'm watching WrestleMania with.
so
but
fucking funny.
I have to. Okay, let's
right.
go back to the main event.
Main event. So yeah, my reason's easy. I think they're gonna end it on a good night. I think they're gonna give Punk his WrestleMania win, main event win. That's my reasoning. What's yours?
Ed Yeet should be a meme.
It will be when it happens.
Oh man. I need it. Okay. So the big tell for me, at least, was this past week on Raw. That moment you talked about where Punk came over, had his arm around Paul, and Roman pulled up and saw it. Like, Punk even said to him, like, oh, I got your back. I never let anything bad happen to you, right? And it's like, like Punk knew Roman was coming and was doing that to piss Roman off. And, like, he put Paul in that situation. So, maybe I'm thinking too deep into like everything, but I think Punk is using Paul to get the main event and hurt Roman, and he doesn't care. I think Seth's right with everything he's saying in terms of that side of it, where they don't care about him. I don't think Seth ends up with Paul.
No.
I don't think it's that. But I think Paul's going to get caught in the crossfire. He's going to take a hit somewhere, somehow, a bump. And I think it's going to cost both of them. And I do think Seth's going to capitalize. So I think it's going to go as far as what you said, Cover Last, about the Rock thing? It could, because the one thing I kept in mind, WWE loves doing the 10 years ago thing. And we're at WrestleMania 41. What happened at 10 years ago, WrestleMania 31? Seth Rollins, heist of the century. So I could easily see a main event, not cash in, obviously, but a main event triple threat win where Seth pulls off some crazy shit and runs away. So right now I'm on Seth. I think he's going to capitalize and win.
So
I'd love for Punk to win.
That makes a bunch of sense. Yeah. Punk is probably the one who takes out Heyman then, and then Roman. Honestly, in your scenario, the way that might happen is Punk takes out Heyman, Roman capitalizes on Punk's distraction, and then Seth capitalizes on Roman going after Punk to win the match. Like some shit like that would happen.
With a shield chair?
With the shield chair.
Okay. Yeah, good.
On Keverlast's note, I see the appeal of it. I don't know if it makes sense though, because Seth isn't a background character. So if you're gonna have Cena potentially win the belt or like be I guess since it's a weird faction when 2 or 3 of them don't show up.
Well, either way, Seth needs a repackaging. We've been saying that for years.
Yes, Seth needs to stop with the fucking laugh. He needs to stop with the outfits. It's not working. Like whatever you're trying to accomplish isn't working. If you were a heel, maybe more. But
unless I'm forgetting a week, I get what Carol is saying. I do feel like his gear has been all black and muted colors lately. So,
but I also feel like that's in response to like all the CM Punk stuff where he wants to like kill Punk. He says it all the time, like he wants to kill the Dream. Like I think that's him kind of reflecting his mourning thing. I'd be really surprised if The Rock got involved in this match, just because like there's no stakes, and we keep saying that, and they keep saying it's a high stake triple or whatever, but there's no stakes in this match. So like, what are you getting involved for? Weights and stakes. So we'll see. As always, for anyone who doesn't know, our picks are subject to change. We have until the day of the pay-per-view. This WrestleMania, we always do Saturday, so I believe we're going to keep that tradition where we don't get to change Sunday on Sunday. If we don't have it in by Saturday, we don't have it in. Are we doing that, or is Sunday going to be available to change?
We changed it last year, I'm pretty sure, if we wanted.
Okay.
Yeah, why not?
All right.
No one's wrestling 2 nights. So
I
like,
predict a
yeah.
Liberace or Siegfried and Roy themed Mania entrance gear, because dude can't help himself to look like a fool with the over the top looking gear. And one outfit was similar to the turtleneck with the chain. I do remember that one. Another was the black leather vest.
I remember the leather vest. Yeah.
So we'll see. That'll be interesting though.
I,
So that brings us to night 2.
yes.
And night 2, we have the women's tag team title match: Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez versus Bayley and Lyra. I believe both of us think Lyra, so that would be a little insane for Bayley and Lyra to win their second tag team match and win the belts. Not unheard of though with WWE, so it wouldn't be crazy. And then Kevin Last said again, this is going down a rabbit hole on TikTok.
Kevin Last is in the weeds.
So yeah. So any other opinion on the tag team match?
Yeah, I don't know. Whatever. Liv needs a win. I like all.
That's what I think
really
too.
I don't really
And
care for Raquel, but
I think it'll tie into our match in 2 matches when we talk about the Fatal 4-Way. I think that also kind of plays a role in the overall night for them. I think that's why they're both on the same night personally. So next matchup, which we are surprisingly different, but I think I want to get your reason why. Logan Paul versus AJ. I'm getting Logan Paul. You're taking AJ. Why are we taking AJ, Juice?
yeah, this is one I'm most likely to change. But right now I'm on AJ Styles because I'm thinking about the Karrion Kross stuff, him like trying to motivate him and change him and make him more and this and that. And while Styles is probably on the way out or his contract's ending or whatever, I don't know. But I'd really like to think that it's gonna like pay off here in some sort of dividends, and Styles actually gets the win. On the other hand, like Logan, I hate him, but he kind of, from a wrestling character perspective, he hasn't really had like a significant win in a long time.
I was just say I think Logan needs the win, which is
probably his last significant win was probably last year's Mania when he beat Orton and Owens. So I don't know, but right now I'm going with Styles because I feel like that the Karrion Kross thing needs to mean something here, and Styles just losing after all that.
I will say the one response, playing devil's advocate, is I feel like the Karrion Kross stuff hasn't really paid off overall for anyone who's been involved.
That's why it needs to now.
I know
for someone
they're making it so obvious. And listen, I hope AJ wins. I love AJ Styles, so that's like top 5 in wrestling history wrestlers for me. So I love AJ. Just I don't know. I don't see how this is one like. And I think I said this about whoever was facing Logan, and that was always the joke for me. It was like the passing of the torch bullshit. But I think whoever was facing Logan was going to be the one who was on their back for him. I think this is Logan's like full-time career bullshit where he's saying I'm just saying, I understand. He's made the joke.
He's wrestled twice.
I get it. I get it. That. And I don't think I don't think either one of them's been on Raw or SmackDown. I think they've all been pay-per-views. But that's just, I think he just needs a win with what they're going with his character. So that's where I'm going with it. Makes sense. So I hope AJ Styles wins. So I'm not going to be upset if he does. Next up, and this is kind of why I was saying I think Liv is winning, is because I think Dirty Dom's winning the IC belt. So do you. I think this whole feud is really set up for Dom to take advantage of this Fatal 4-Way rule, walk away with the belt, probably pin Finn, and like cause the real breakup of Judgment Day, and then him and Liv kind of celebrate. I wouldn't be surprised if Liv came out and helped him win. It's a Fatal 4-Way, so there will be no disqualification or anything like that. And I also won't be surprised if and when Carlito comes out and helps him win, and that's when he'll kind of see, like, I don't have anyone on my side. They're all going with Dominic, and that's where Finn kind of breaks off. Thoughts?
Yeah. I could see Braun retaining. I could see Penta pulling out the win, but I don't think Penta would here.
I don't think Penta needs a belt right now. I think that's where I'm at. Where like, I think they still got to get Penta and Ray together with this draft bullshit. So like, I don't think they're gonna put the belt on him, and I don't think Finn gets it. I think it's either Braun or Dom.
Yeah, I really wanted to pick Braun because it seems like there's a lot of stock in Dom this weekend. Especially in the fantasy league, FYI.
Yeah. Damn it.
Yeah, a lot of Dom stock.
Should pick Braun. Should have picked
Yeah,
Ray.
I mean,
Fuck, with the week Ray's having, I should have picked Ray.
yeah, I think only one person has Ray this whole week.
Yeah. All
Surprising.
right.
But yeah, I'm going with Dom.
Now we got the
That's
Sin City Street Fight. Drew McIntyre, Damian Priest. We are both on opposing sides on this. I'll go first. I think Drew. I think Drew deserves to win more. I think last year Damian got the win with the championship, and like stole it from Drew. I think Drew's had such bad luck on WrestleMania, kind of similar to how Logan needs the win. I think Drew kind of needs a good solid win at Mania, and this might be it.
Oh, that's cute. That's cute. What a cute take. That's adorable. See, problem is you're thinking who deserves it.
Oh,
I'm living in Papa H land. I got the Papa H glasses on. Nick Khan smoothie. I'm drinking from it.
Jay DeFalco, I agree. All I want from this match is points. I don't care who wins. I just want like 40 points from whoever I picked. I'm pretty sure I picked you.
I'm wearing the Triple H glasses, man. Damian Priest is his boy.
I know.
And I'm strictly picking Priest because I think Triple H wants to give him a huge win at Mania.
That's totally fair.
Honestly, that's legit the only reason. I'm very he loves Priest. Priest is getting the win.
That's fair. All right, next up we have Io Sky versus Bianca Belair versus Rhea Ripley, triple threat. We're both on the same page with Io Sky. You're probably thinking the same thing I am, but let me hear your thoughts.
This build, man. This build. Oh my. Have you seen this stuff? Have you been watching?
I've unfortunately been watching. Unlike you, what's worse about me watching is that I choose to watch it every week, where you're doing it for work. I am pretending it's pleasure, and it's not.
Rhea Ripley, what a character. Wow. Yeah, EO. The story points to EO getting this win and taking over them, and I think EO pins Rhea because I think Bianca said in her promo this past Monday on Raw that she's never been pinned or beaten. I think she said pinned at WrestleMania because I think they're acknowledging that she did lose the Battle Royal.
Yeah,
on the kickoff. So it looks like they're not going to go with the undefeated streak with her for now, but they're going to go with the never been pinned bit, which works here. So I think EO pins Rhea because again, also Rhea's never beaten EO. There will be scenes if Rhea Ripley wins this belt. I tell you.
I think of all three, Rhea should be number 3 to win. Like I'd rather Bianca win over Rhea.
Yes, I agree on that.
But I think along the same lines of Jay and Tiffany. What happened?
Pause for a second. I just got an ad. I don't know if we got pushed.
Oh shit!
Ad.
We do have an ad. Yeah, fuck. That started about 45 seconds ago. Interesting. It was just automatic. All right. Yep. I thought that was your brother writing it in.
No, it's
I was like, yeah, thanks, Jim. Thanks a lot.
We're so close to.
If anyone, because I'm not on ad break, I think if you are a sub member, you're probably not on ad break. Sub. If you're not a sub member, sub now if you can hear my voice. Sub, and then you won't see these ads anymore, and you can see us live right now. While we're on an ad break, what I will say is I am seeing your picks for the first time tonight. I didn't look at your picks beforehand.
We have the meats.
So some of them are very surprising, but like the reasonings all make sense and are the same reasons why I was like torn apart. Any match that we're not agreed on are the matches that I am iffy on.
Was that it at the end of the list?
No. We still got EO, which we got to kind of repeat a little bit because we definitely got a little bit into the ad during the EO stuff. So we'll repeat that. And then we got the last match.
Rhea stinks.
Well, not yet. We got 50 seconds. In 50 seconds, repeat it. Yeah.
Oh, I'll say I'm back. So I thought.
No,
I'm back.
I'm looking at the ad in progress on the Twitch stream manager, and it says we got 35 secones, bro.
No one else matters but me. I'm here. Hello, me.
Watch it. 30 seconds now.
I haven't had tacos in a while.
You know, there's a good place by us if you haven't been, Tacombe. It's really good.
I believe you.
Okay, well.
That sounds like African food.
That's doesn't even make sense.
Kombe.
It is on. It is on. No, Takombe, not Dacombe. Takombe.
Isn't that a basketball player?
No, you're thinking of Dikembe, you racist.
Matembo.
All right, we're going to be back in 1 second. We're not on our usual screen, so we're just back, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back if you're on an ad break. We were talking about the triple threat match between Io, Bianca, and Rhea. We were saying how duty Rhea's been. We were saying how of the three of them, Rhea should be the last one. Juice was saying that there's a lot of storylines going into it between Belair never being pinned at WrestleMania, Rhea never being able to beat Io. A lot of these storylines hopefully will play into this weekend. And then I was saying before we realized that we were on commercial that Io is in the same boat, in my opinion, as like Tiffany and Jay, where the storyline that they built for her, if she loses, she just looks terrible because the whole storyline is that she's an afterthought of these two women. And now by losing, you just confirm that you're an afterthought, especially if she's not even in the decision. Like, especially if the decision is between Rhea and Bianca, then she's a real afterthought, which I hope they don't do, which is my only fear.
Well, I'd be more okay with that because at least if she's at least she doesn't get pinned or submitted, she's not involved in the decision, then that gives you at least ammunition to keep a story or feud going for her to go after that person, you'd think. But we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. Last match that we have, not including the potential Randall Keith Orton match, we have the undisputed WWE title match between Cody Rhodes and John Cena, and we both, as of now, believe that Cody Rhodes will spell what? Spell it, you coward. What did I spell wrong? I don't even want to know.
What I was saying during commercial.
Oh, probably. Cody Rhodes versus John Cena, and we both believe Cody Rhodes will retain and not give Cena the number 17.
Yeah. Gotta say, your pick makes sense after seeing the fantasy leaderboard submissions. Just for your FYI and for everybody in chat, Danny, you are the only person that does not have John Cena on their roster.
Or Cody Rhodes. I don't think I picked Cody, did I?
No one picked Cody Rhodes.
No, that's what I'm saying. I don't have a decision in this match because I really didn't know who to pick. And like when I was picking for fantasy, I'm trying to win fantasy right now. So if I don't feel solid about you, I can't take a chance this week. I need a perfect week. I'm still probably not going to get it, but
I know. I'm just pointing out to you that it's funny that everybody has Cena. So if Cena wins the belt, you're in trouble.
Yes and no, though. Also because there's some other matches here, which is why I didn't pick the Cena Rhodes match. Because technically, any of these matches, any of these people win a belt. If they got picked, I'm in trouble. Like if I didn't pick them and someone else did, I'm in trouble. So like it's not just specifically Cena. What I went to, and I think Jim did the same thing with at least the Sin City fight, is I try to stick with the specialty matches, and I try to stick with matches where potentially weapons can get involved or something where the points can stack up more. The finishers can be more in multi-man matches. So that was my mindset more with it. And also part of me was really hoping, because of the way they've been talking about it, that the War Raiders New Day match would have turned into like some kind of Vikings war match or something, because they keep hyping up how we're going to war in a normal 2-on-2 match. Like, shut the fuck up then. Don't call a war. Just call the match.
I joked about it, but since the match really is sponsored by Clash of Clans, I would not be surprised if they're not in that gear, or if there's not like a mascot out there as like the Viking.
Oh, there's 100% going to be a stupid fucking mascot out there, bro. I'm going to be so mad.
Oh my God, Big E's going to be the mascot.
That's how can I change my pick?
Nope, too late. Locked in. No, but going back to the main event, like I think it's wild that like everyone just assumes The Rock is going to show up. As far as I know, he has not been technically confirmed to be on the show.
I think The Rock's going to show up. That's
what I'm saying. Like The Rock is The Rock going to show up? Is Travis Scott? Like I really hope more than anything. I just don't want them to try and what?
There's no Travis Scott.
No, I worry they're going to try and either run back or recreate the WrestleMania 40 ending again, or almost do like an evil version of the WrestleMania 40 ending, where like all these fucking like evil bad people come out to like mess up Cody winning. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
I feel like they're gonna run it back in some way, and they should not. I
They're
hope
selling Travis Scott themed merch in the Mania store in Vegas. So yeah, he's probably gonna show up.
I'm sure Travis and
So
Rock are gonna be there, but still they haven't confirmed them.
I'm
so, like,
torn
they're gonna get
between
involved.
I'm torn between if they're gonna give him the title, if they're not gonna give him the title. I with all the build up it's been, it really can go either way. But the more people that show up for Cena, the less I think Cena's gonna win it. So like right now, Punk doesn't really have anyone to back him up. Like the way they've been kind of portraying it, if The Rock and Travis Scott come out to help Cena, maybe there have been reported rumors about Stone Cold Steve Austin. Doubt it. But like
No,
that would be the only
he's
way that like Cody would win. I do believe though someone would show up if The Rock comes back out. The problem is you do that 2 years in a row. And like you just said,
I think they're gonna do it.
I think they're gonna do it, but then you do the same finish where you have The Rock get thwarted again.
I wouldn't, because I really wouldn't do it, because here's the thing. Then like it almost makes it look like, granted Cody's been doing it by himself all year, but like then it makes it look like in the biggest moments like Cody needs other people to help him win it. And that's why I hope they don't do it or run it, but we'll see. Also, whether it's for Randy's match or for this match, but we haven't talked about Sami Zayn. He's in town too. Like, could do Sami somewhere.
Yeah, but I mean, the way they wrote him off just to have him come back and pop up, like it wouldn't make sense.
Well, at this point, it's WWE. It doesn't have to make sense.
I'm
and
just
also,
saying,
Owens getting hurt threw it off. That's why it
of
could
course,
be Sami.
But yeah, because Sami was supposed to could definitely come back for the Orton Owens thing and probably interfere in that shit. Like we hope wouldn't happen, but probably will happen. But like you don't have Sami come out and challenge Orton. That doesn't make sense. That's weird. Just to have a great, like, granted it'll be a great match.
Honestly, yeah, I'd actually I'd pop for Sami versus Orton, and then like Orton ends up like beating Sami because Sami just wasn't ready yet. I'd be all about that. Because here's the thing: Orton they're in St. Louis next month.
I was gonna say, no matter who you put Orton with, it's not gonna make sense storyline. So might as well just give him the best match possible.
They're clearly gonna give Orton a title shot next month in St. Louis at Backlash.
Yeah, you're right.
But we have to think: is it Orton versus Cody, which they tried to set up like a month ago with Cody and
I do
Orton
think it's
ring?
Orton versus Cody though.
Or are they gonna run Orton versus Cena one final time for the belt?
Oh man,
Like it's tough, and it's so. I'm sticking with Cody for right now. I don't think I'm going to change my pick, but who knows?
Yeah, I don't think I'm going to change either. But this is looking at the card one more time. I think this might be the match I'm the least confident in. I'm looking at night 1, at night 2. Yeah, man. Of all the picks, like I feel pretty good about all my picks except for Rhodes. Sami will appear in some way, just the fans can go whoa, and then they can do that with Seth, bro. What are you talking about?
That's a different whoa. Come on.
Yeah, fair. So no, so now that we've seen it all, I am not excited about this WrestleMania. On paper, the matches don't look terrible. Like looking over some of these matches, they don't look terrible, but the build up, knowing how the storylines have built for them, it's been terrible. Like we have our main event that one guy's not even there every week to challenge. The go home for SmackDown or whatever, or Raw, I think it was SmackDown, was Cody in the ring with every version of the WWE title for what? What did that do for the story?
Well, it showed the importance of the belt that he had.
We know the importance of the fight. Like that did nothing for this. It's just
I didn't hate that.
It was the EO thing, that whole storyline's been terrible. They've been okay, I guess. Intercontinental, like all these storylines, just one after the other, have just been like weird builds. AJ Styles versus Logan, still don't even know how that started. I think that might have been a Royal Rumble thing. I don't even know. Like that's another weird build. It showed that all of these belts are available on WWE.
Wow,
that was a good one, Jim.
Wow.
So yeah, so I'm just not excited about the card because of the builds, man. The builds haven't been good, and I just don't think we're gonna have. I think this is gonna be one of the lower rated WrestleManias, like overall for us.
My final thoughts. I've been with you poo-pooing on and shitting on everything about this Mania and this build. But this weekend, I'm going to watch WrestleMania with my friends, have some great food, and I'm going to do my best to enjoy it. I'm not going to go into it and hate watch it. I want to enjoy WrestleMania. I've been a wrestling fan for, was 30, 25, like 27 years now ish. I don't know how old I am. No, either way, I want to enjoy it.
I totally
they
agree,
make
man.
it hard.
I also
They want to make it hard.
Really want
here's
to
the thing.
enjoy it.
I want to enjoy the show. I'm not looking forward to the 45-minute breaks in between where they're showing me videos of American Weekly Vodka and fucking like Prime, and that's the stuff that kills me. Like I just want a good flowing wrestling show, and whatever. I'm gonna enjoy it the best I can. Hopefully next week I'm raving about it or pleasantly surprised, but my expectations are not.
Like I was gonna say, again, poo-pooing it, all that, but they can salvage it because on paper, this doesn't look like a bad. This is not on paper the worst WrestleMania card ever. No. I won't go that far. There have been even recently there have been some bad WrestleManias where there's not even a match where I was like, oh, that looked like it can be good. At least here we have night one. I'd say 2 matches.
Look, bro. To be honest with you, night one's a 1-match show.
I would say 2. I think Gunther and Jay will still be a good match. We're not going to like the results of the match, but I still think Gunther will put on a good WrestleMania match.
I think night one's going to be rough.
Yes.
Night 2 looks much more promising on paper.
Agreed.
Night one though, woo,
Agreed. I think, again, you see it on your screen. I think these are really the only 2 matches that are going to be good for night one. The Tiffany Charlotte match, I don't even know how it can be good. Fatu, yeah, all those matches I'm not too crazy about. So what are you doing over there?
I'm trying to cover the Jey Uso match graphic on the screen, but I don't have that capability.
Now I covered it for you. Now it's only CM Punk versus Seth Rollins.
All right. Well, we thank you all for joining us. This has been a marathon session. We haven't had one this long in a long time.
Appreciate it.
But thank you for being here. And what better week than WrestleMania week to have a show like this? Enjoy WrestleMania this weekend, everybody. Hopefully, Collision has been fun. I'm gonna throw it on right now myself.
Yep, same.
And we will see you all on Tuesday, where I believe we have our friends from Till 5 Wrestling joining us. We're going to have some various games and segments to do, and I will be revealing the winner for the Road to WrestleMania fantasy game. So, like I said, I will be sending updates, scoreboards after SmackDown at night 1. After night 2, though, while many of you may try and do your math, I'm going to hold the scores until Tuesday's show to reveal the winner there live. So, tune in.
Tough guy. All right. Thank you, everyone, for joining us, and we will see you on Tuesday. Have fun this weekend. Peace out, y'all.
Bad heat.